Okay, so what we're gonna do, Grubby is looking for an opponent for me to play against. He's gonna be watching, he's gonna be taking notes. And then afterwards, we go over the replay. Unless I do absolutely terribly, then he's gonna, I think, show me how to do it instead. So I think he's gonna be looking for an opponent right around my MMR. And, we'll try to beat him. Yeah, he's sitting in the chair from a distance, but he doesn't get to say anything. He doesn't get to participate. All he gets to do is watch. I'm the one playing, though. Very useful format, all jokes aside. Grubby likes to watch, yeah. But it depends. If I do really poorly, he might join in, you know? Does he dress up as Batman? I don't think he's gonna dress up as Batman. I was just watching Grubby stream. I don't think he's gonna be dressing up as Batman. But, you never know. No, it doesn't look like it. Look, you're awful at StarCraft 2 and you're still bad at Warcraft 3? Thanks, mate. Good to have you here. I appreciate your generosity. I actually need to bump up the audio again of the in-game, huh? Because for some reason it was very low when we just did the... It was very loud, so I had to bump myself way down, but... Let me see if I can increase the audio a bit. So Grubby's just looking for an opponent for me to play against. And I'll just try to play the cleanest game of my life. I guess that's what we're gonna do.
Okay, sir.
Hello.
Oh, wait, I need to restart my champs. But I have opponents.
Sick.
Did you hear I lost a bet? Kind of.
You lost a bet?
I betted that Sing Sing, after switching from Paladin Rifle into Archmage, he would lose 200-ish MMR.
He hasn't?
Unfortunately, he didn't. I said I would eat a sock if he stays at this MMR, and he roughly did.
Well.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, it's pretty insane, though. Like, he mentioned he hadn't played Warcraft 3 before, other than, like, Dota 1 back in the day, I think.
Yeah.
Still insane MMR. Like, I think I lost like 20 games in a row minimum.
Yeah, but you're on a massive win streak.
Now I am, but, yeah.
I have a bug with my W3 champions because it says I have no ping.
Where do you see your ping?
In the top left, do you see the Wi-Fi signal?
Oh.
On Dub champs?
I've got a ping of 8 to EU West.
Yeah, for me it says you are not connected to W3 Champions Flow server. Okay, I'll just try to host
the game either. Maybe it's just a bug there.
You know what? I don't really need to be in the game. Can you host?
Absolutely.
Game name Lowko 1.
Or Tuzant?
No. You're looking for Nigel Yellow or Nigel Yellow and Noob IRL.
Okay. Whoever joins first.
Both. You let one observe and then you let the other one play.
Ah, okay, okay.
And you can change people's team to observer or team.
Okay. Any map preference that you think is best?
Yes. Let's go for... let's just do Hammerfall. Nigel and Noob IRL. Can you join Lowko's lobby? His lobby is up. Lowko 1.
Do you know which version of the map it is? There's like...
Yes, it's always going to be the one that says ladder.
Okay.
The third one.
Noob IRL and Nigel?
Yeah, not joining.
They're in now.
Okay, great. Then you can choose the server, EU West. It looks like both of them are from NA, so you're gonna want to switch to US East. This will be a little bit of a ping debuff to you, but it will be similar to what you'll experience in the tournament when you play people like Lakari.
Sure.
It's the 6th, 7th, 8th US East, yeah. Oh. Okay.
He's still at 249.
Just play against,
Where's Nigel?
yeah, just play against Noob IRL first.
Swap with
Or you can find a better ping. Where is he from?
That's not the US, no.
Maybe he's from USA. Maybe he's from like Southeast Asia or something.
Yeah, probably the opposite direction. For Singapore.
Any particular thing we want from you? Yes, Noob IRL. What we want is for you to play your main, which is Orc, as far as I saw. You'll play whatever build you normally would in ladder. Since your MMR is the same, you could literally meet each other on ladder. What we're looking for here is the real you, without any stream cheating, obviously. The real you, and it must be repeatable. Which means you played one thing against Lowko, and then you either win or you lose. Then you'll wait until Lowko and I are done analyzing the replay, and then you'll play against me, if need be, and then we talk about that, and then you play against Lowko again. I go with my recent win streak strat. Okay, I know what that is. Lowko does not.
I have no idea what that is. Okay. You do still have to set race.
Yeah, he has to set race. So in the meantime, Lowko, you and I will talk about this.
Okay.
You can turn off Flow TV. It means that people cannot live watch. That means they have to watch your stream.
Okay.
Then you are against an orc. The map is Hammerfall. So whatever your thoughts are going into this matchup, I would like to hear them so that I know your mind state and your goals and your win condition pursuance and so on.
Okay. So I'll try to Ancient of War creep the camp left of my, or like, I guess horizontal of my starting position. Then I generally take the green camp close by, and then I go towards the middle of the map. I'll be going Demon Hunter against Orc. I'll be trying to get the Naga going. If I somehow get blocked, I may accidentally get Keeper of the Grove instead, depending on how annoying they are. Okay. I've been scouting whenever I go up to tier 2, roughly. And there I usually make one Druid. I get the healing upgrade first. Then I go for the upgrade for the Dryad, and then a Dryad from the other lore. And then generally I make 2 more Dryads after that while going tier 3. And then I try to... It depends on how the game goes, but either I try to hit his expansion or maybe his main base if I'm really far ahead with the bears, or I try to take the red camps down.
Okay. How many archers?
5.
Do you have deviations based on certain situations you've identified, or you're pretty much sticking to 5 for now?
The times I've been getting cheesed, I've been adding in like an extra hunter or an extra archer, or like, if I can, a huntress, I guess. But
okay.
Other than that, not so much.
3 Moonwell Tech, 2 Moonwell Tech?
I've been going 2.
Okay.
Sometimes I go 3 though,
okay.
and I just pretend that it was meant to be.
Yeah. Okay, I know enough. Good luck.
All right.
After you get into a game, you can pause immediately, and then share Warcraft 3, and then unpause.
Should I... Oh, you mean like I turn my camera off over here and switch to the game?
Yeah, just the share your screen, because then I have game sound. I think it's better.
Ah, okay. Wait, I can do that already from here, right?
Cam.
Oh, actually, no, probably not.
You can't do it because Warcraft window isn't detectable yet.
Okay. Do you want me to talk through what I'm trying to do in the game?
Just stream like you normally would. So however you would normally run your stream.
Okay.
Stream, you talk, and you don't have to think about me or what I'm thinking. I just watch and take notes.
Okay, sure.
I'm just gonna watch on your stream. You don't need to share. Just play.
Yeah? Okay. That works. I've been putting the Ancient of War over here. Been trying to be more intelligent with the Ancient of War positioning. I'm not sure what exactly is ideal. But I'll put it over there. Next one goes to lumber. After that we go back to gold. Okay. Then after that everything goes to lumber.
Building is complete.
I know this camp is kind of tough, so I've been moving the wisps a little bit closer. In case I need to repair. Trying to leave a space in between so I can escape. Cancel the queued up one, go into that. Back to queuing. And now I queue until I want to go tier 2, basically. Gonna get immolation first on the hero as soon as he spawns.
I stand ready. Fair enough. Cry.
Okay. Trying to go for the low HP ones first, as we discussed last time. Taking the hero, or the wisps over here. Accidentally misclick. Okay. So I lost 1 bit of XP there on the lowest HP thingy. Gonna make 5 archers in total. Trying to get the hero to deal maximum splash damage. Tier 2. Get another moonwell. Trying to leave a space in between. Take 1 drink. Try to be annoying. Hunter's Hole next when I can.
We must act at last.
I stand ready.
The time has come.
Send out a scout.
Run for your life.
Away.
We must act.
Well, unless he wants to fight me, then I'll fight him.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy. Your
A
building
little bit of heart edging.
insufficient gold. I stand ready.
Don't know if I should chase him here. That's one of the things I'm never sure about. Instead, I'm just gonna go home.
Walk away.
Maybe I should take the... Maybe it's already been creeped. Okay. Cancel that. Move this one over towards the expansion. Gonna take the green camp. And then try to take the expansion camp. Turn it off.
Your building is complete. Waiting on you.
Send a wisp to the middle. I'm a little late with that. Okay. Have the Agent of War take the damage as much as I can. Crystal Ball.
Grove is being desecrated.
I've been losing my Ancient of War a little bit. I haven't really found any deficits to it, but maybe that's, you know, suboptimal.
We can't build them.
Double Ancient of War. Trying to figure out where he's located. Okay, he's still over there.
We must act, though I be damned.
I should have checked how many wisps I have. I did not check. I'm actually like too low. Not sure if it's in this case worth canceling. Gonna make a shop. As well as another Moonwell. I'll build that in the back. Found that to be quite helpful, but again, not sure if it's optimal. I guess I'll take the shop if I can.
My blade thirsts. The time,
Gonna leave one archer over there to scout. He's making a bestiary. All of this looks normal to me. I've lost a few games where I have played against a mass raider style. I'm not even sure if that's really even a thing, but it's made it difficult to win in the past. Gonna wait for the invul pot if possible.
Your building is complete.
Queue them up.
Is it time? Your building is complete.
Okay. I've been trying this thing that you taught me last time around on this map, where I run this guy as far away as possible and we intercept them on their return trip. I was a little too close, so it should be good now. Well, I can move in over here. Still gotta be a little careful, Lowko. This guy hits very hard. Druid production, using the heal that I got over here for... Ooh. Using the heal over here to get the lady back up, or the demon hunter rather back up. Tier 3 should be almost done. There we go. Gonna buy
Great finish.
the extra item. Gonna buy
Insufficient gold.
both of them as soon as I can afford it.
I will not be trifled with.
Keep on moving.
Insufficient gold.
Trying to get the orb. Maybe a cute or something, I don't know. Okay. I don't want to hit him in the face as soon as I get up to the bear upgrade.
Your man
I grow anxious to act. The time has come.
Okay, gave her the staff.
Ah, the great out.
Trying to set up items in the same spot.
At last,
Tank the damage on the DH first. Get the bear upgrade. Roar. Sell the Scroll of the Beast if I can, because I found that it overlaps with the Roar. Well, I didn't find. Guys in the chat told me. So, I don't think I'm in a position where I could just push for a win. I feel like it's... So this is where I kind of struggle a little bit. I'm not sure if at this point I should be pushing for a win, because everything's been going pretty smooth. Or if I should be going into...
Sacred grove is being
Well, I guess that sorts it if I find an opportunity here. Or if I should go into the red camp. Trying to put my tanks in the front if possible. If I had the Ancient of War, I'd be getting the ranged upgrade. Trying to mana burn him in particular. Okay. I'm gonna go for the red camp. I think one of my rally points is off. I'm gonna add on 2 more of these. Queue up upgrades. Target firing the big guy first, mostly because I had it stolen from me once, and I don't think he's gonna be coming this way anytime soon. Maybe that's a bad habit. Healing ward. I thought it was garbage, turns out it's insanely good. Level 2 on that. Okay. Need to fill in those 2 additional wisps that I forgot 7 years ago. I'll take this camp as well while we're at it. No reason really to go too ham. I'll be selling the item over here. Get a healing scroll.
Your building is complete.
I'll just buy that to sell. Or I'll get that to sell rather. But I'm gonna try and attack. Gonna spread some wisps around the map again. Trying to put the bears in the front. Demon Hunter in the front. Roar. If I had the mana. I know target whatever is exposed. Oh, no, don't use all of the abilities.
Our sacred grove is
At least we know where he's located. I think I'll fight him if he... Maybe he's gonna go and counterattack, I don't know. Not sure if I should recall in these kind of scenarios. I don't see him here. I don't see him there either, so I'm not sure where he's located. Oh, he TP'd, okay. My DH is kind of derping it back. Staff. Maybe I should be backing up. I'm not sure. I think I should have backed up a little bit ago. I find against Orc, I never kill anything. When they're playing well, it seems like everything has a million HP.
the great outdoors.
Target firing obviously is a problem there. I actually did not see that he was
The great outdoors.
trying to attack me. I want to see if he's got an expo. There is technically the alternative expo that I haven't checked.
What is nature's call?
I do have to make sure that I have a invul pot again as well as a TP. I think I'm gonna cancel one.
The great outdoors.
I'm considering expanding here myself. I'm not sure what the best move is. Okay, he took the red camp.
Is there trouble? Hi.
Where shall I strike my path? My blade
So he doesn't have an expo. I feel like fighting him right now... Okay, I have to TP. Fighting him right now is going to be really tricky. I have very little healing here. Just trying to hit whatever.
My strength is yours. I'm awake. I'm awake. I am strong.
Very difficult to read for me.
Your building is complete.
Feel like those fights take a long time.
Research finished.
My blade thirsts to run a car. Though I be damned. Run a car. The sleeper has
Okay.
our time.
I would like to press the issue, but again, I'm not sure. Maybe I should be expanding behind this instead.
Insufficient gold.
Our will shall be done.
Act at last. My blade thirsts. I drink
He was very low in HP, but I'm not sure how fast Orc can heal. Okay, he's healing real quick. I don't think I should fight him.
where shall I strike? My blade thirsts. The time has come to run a
So now the entire map is mined, or all of the creep camps, as far as I can tell, are done.
Are we being invaded?
We must act on a Torrenador.
So I'm thinking it's probably best to expand, but I think I maybe should have already done that a while ago. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Last, quickly.
I grow anxious to act.
Maybe a little preemptive here. I think I'm being chipped away at.
My
Our
strength is
sacred
yours.
grove is being desecrated.
Our will shall be done.
Okay, if he wants to fight, we can fight over here.
Our will shall be done. For the Empress.
My blade thirsts. The time has come on a Torrenador to run a car.
He's gonna turn me into a frog if I move forward. I think I'm super dead here.
I'm awake. The sleeper has no door.
GG! I think we got invaded.
Are we being invaded?
I think we got invaded a couple times there.
Witch Doctors, have you played against it a lot?
Trying to think. They, I think they're the ones that put down the healing wards, but I'm not sure.
Yep. Healing Ward, Stasis Ward, and Sentry Ward.
I don't know what these others do.
Okay, let's go through the replay and we'll look at a couple of things. This was a super useful game. Thanks in advance to Noob IRL. We're going to take about 10 minutes to watch the replay and then we host another lobby.
Cool.
Would you mind, sir, to send me the replay from your folder? You can find it as follows. Go to the replay folder on your W3 Champions. Copy the URL that it shows at the top.
Yep.
Put it in Explorer and then the latest replay.
I feel like this game was pretty representative.
Yeah.
I think I did okay.
Yeah. I think it was representative of your usual games
Yeah.
and your usual questions.
Yes.
When you started playing Warcraft 3, you used StarCraft 2 brain. If someone has an expansion, I must bust or die.
Yes.
Then you went far the other way. If someone has an expansion, I pretend it won't exist, just like the monster under the bed that doesn't exist.
Exactly. I
And then you
overcorrected
try
a
to
little.
reach it- yes. And then you try to find a middle way, and you try to focus on creeping when you're the owner of the map, if you will.
Yeah.
And now sometimes you're kind of torn between those different thought schools, which is a great opportunity to talk about it.
Cool.
I'm launching the replay and I'll share and stream it with you.
Sure.
There's also a pro Night Elf in my chat. He's echoing the thoughts that I will share with you about the late game, so that gives extra comfort.
Okay. I'm excited for this. I feel like this is actually like what the majority of my games tend to look like, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm also gonna send you the notes that I sent for game 1. Game 1 versus Noob IRL, so that you can look at it later. I don't know if you want to look at it now. It won't be needed, but just it's a reference point. It's on
Okay.
Discord.
Okay.
You
will,
get signal? Main screen turn on?
Yep, one sec. I'm just copy pasting the notes real quick so I can. Yep, full screen the stream. Okay. Yep.
Do you also have a desire to sometimes get coaching from resident Warcraft 3 creator Night Elves, like main Night Elves that aren't me, like maybe
Yeah,
at a more
100%.
convenient time slot?
Like
Okay,
I'm
there's a guy called-
I'm having a good time like just improving, right? So anybody who's helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy called Kevin.
Oh, Kevin's been in my chat too.
Perfect. He's okay. He's good.
I've looked at
No,
some of
he's-
his
he's
replays.
great.
He seemed to know what he was doing.
Yeah. You guys can connect. Okay. Let's see. Let's take this from the top. You have a gap between your altar and Moonwell because you combined a hard edge and a soft edge and then created a gap.
Yes.
This was by intent?
I did it on purpose, yeah. I've been trying to leave space.
Okay. You have not suffered much from Blade Masters going deep in your base and attacking this with and this and this and this? Question mark?
No, not a whole lot. Like 1 or 2 games.
Okay. Okay. I think the reason that's not been happening as much, those people are alive a lot more on BattleNet. BattleNet has a lot of boomers that have been playing for a long time. Windwalk is the old meta. Mirror Image is the new meta. So there is no space for Windwalk in the skill build for current modern orc play.
Okay. So you're saying against this it's okay, but against Windwalk I'd be in trouble?
Yes. So for instance, if he makes blade, so this is a fast tech by him, and he's gonna use it to do like solo creeping. He doesn't have a shop, so normally when you look at this orc base, okay, this is actually good because if you scouted him early, you would be arriving at this time. If you scouted him with Altar Wisp, you would get to his base now, right before Hero comes out. Hero comes out usually between 2:02, 2:05, depending on people's efficiency and even lag and computer loading speed.
Okay. So I'm looking at that
So-
point for the tier 2?
When you get to someone's base and it looks like this is he's just started his barracks. Tech started before his hero is out and before your hero is out. Which means that he's gonna probably leverage a tier 2 or tier 3 unit much more primarily than grunts or headhunters.
Okay.
It could still be many things. It could be caster-based gameplay style, could be torrents, could be wyverns, raiders, or bats. But it's probably not heavy on grunts or headhunters. If he wanted to go heavy on that, he would have a barracks finished when you scout him.
I see.
And if it is altar, great hall, burrow, and a war mill, they're gonna do some BattleNet style tactics, which is 4 towers, Batrider harass, demos from the woods, 5-tower expansion attempt, so that by the time you find it, it's been fortified, that kind of lame stuff. But that's not as prevalent on W3 Champions because here people are actually trying to learn the game instead of being, just a Saturday gamer playing some lame tactics and then cackling while blowing some weed.
Fair enough. But that used to be
This
the
is
norm though, right? Like back in the day, like people used to... Like you used to do a lot of Blade Master harassment, right?
Blade Master harass, yes, but not with all the other
No, okay,
effery.
okay. Yeah.
Okay, so the location for Ancient of War was optimal. You thought you ate a tree here, but you did not.
Yeah.
So you took more damage than necessary. Here, if you want to be optimal, because the Moonwell is still 9 seconds away, you would do a shop cancel trick. I don't recommend it for beginners, but if you feel like you can start doing it, it happens at the same time as everything else is happening.
Right.
The moment you get supply blocked, shop trick, and that actually helps you tech earlier. However, I must say that for your skill bracket, your tech speed is already above average while hitting all the other important parts of the build order. So don't think it's necessary. It's just a possible optimization.
Yeah, I think maybe when I get the hang of like perfect creeping, because I have the Ancient of War here, last hitting.
Yeah, exactly.
I should probably prioritize scouting as well, right? Over.
Yeah, I think
Short
you'll
trick.
be ready to scout early soon, either with Altar Wisp or soon after Altar Wisp, instead of post Tech Witch.
Okay.
Post Tech Wisp Scout. Yeah, soon you'll be ready, but I agree that you haven't done it yet. Low on mana. You've got Immolation Opener. In my opinion, if you open Immolation, which last coaching session we said you're probably not going to do it, but then
Yeah.
you change your mind because you like it. All
Yeah.
good. You're free to do as you like. Immolation needs 3 Moonwell or you'll be empty mana.
Okay. I like Immolation a lot. Mostly because since last week I got cheesed about 1 million times, it seemed. Like a lot of early game shenanigans. So
It's a double-edged sword though, because every point of mana you spend is 4 less health from Moonwell.
yeah. But okay, so what do you recommend? What do you think I should do? I mean, I understand like there's multiple varieties, but what do
Sure.
you think is best for my level?
If Mana Burn Evasion, 2 Moonwell Tech. If Immolation, 3 Moonwell before Tech.
Okay.
Simple. Then there are some optimizations. Here you turn it off with 3 in your range.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was in range.
So here you started on 2 creeps with Immolation. The Murloc dies soon after, so you have it on 2 elementals. Then when the elemental 1 died, you kept Immolation on 1 elemental. Then you kept it on as you ran to the final guy, and you did single target Immolation there as well. So if you can manage to get all the creeps in a 4 block where all 4 get hit, then it's valuable. If you're doing 1 by 1, I would say it's not even worth it. Generally, 2+. So here I would keep it on. You offed it. Here you had it on all the time. You went to 71 mana. While always only ever touching 1. Well, let's say 80% of the time you're only touching 1. It's not cost efficient at 1.
No.
And the proof of 3 Moonwell's necessity and your overusage on this camp is this. This
Yep.
means if someone came to you, whatever race they are, they came to you with a tier 1 cheese or a heavy pressure into tech or a fast expansion into a heavy pressure, you do not have the Moonwell juice to stay alive. Nightfall starts now, and without any PvP interference, you're already too low. You should be full when you leave your base.
Yep.
Okay. Tier 2 timing was good. Started at 3:02.
What's the normal timing for it?
You could start at 2:49 with 2 Moonwell Tech with
Okay.
a shop cancel, I believe.
Okay.
About 2:45 maybe even. Lakari starts at 3:20. I'm trying to get him to get a faster tech timing. He sometimes forgets a wisp or 2 and then it slows down a bit. Yours is slightly ahead of his tech time.
Is this the
So,
right number of
3:05.
wisps, by the way? Because I sometimes get like 1 more or like 1 less.
7, 8, 9. You have 9, 10. You have
10.
10. This is the correct number.
Okay.
At 21 was the old fast tech with 9. 22 means that you are going to 10 wisps. And then if you get to 24, well, 24 is 22 because it comes from the second archer.
Yep.
Just remember you have to be on an even count and then take a look. 10 is good.
Okay.
Okay, so you show up here. Here you didn't click his item. Always click item, then you can know if he has Heal Self, Clarity, Speed Scroll with him or not. Now that you know that he doesn't, first of all, you saw a mirror image, so you know he
Yes.
has no Windwalk. And then secondly, you click him, you see he has no Heal Self. That means that you can do whatever you want over the next 40 seconds plus, because he has to go back 15 seconds, heal up. That takes 40 seconds until he's full. He gets 400 health over 45 seconds, so you have a minute of free playtime. Whatever you want to do now, you could do it. You could even go to his base. Yeah, I don't love it. Yeah, don't go to his base.
Fair.
Not that you... I mean, you haven't seen it, so...
Yeah.
Okay, now you see Grunt. It looks like his first Grunt. With experience, you'll eventually be able to tell that this Grunt means he fast-teched, then made barracks.
Okay. Just
And-
based on the
and the-
timing? Because normally he'd be creeping the first camp with a grunt?
Exactly.
Okay.
Or you would maybe see it scout somewhere, but that's kind of like high-level stuff. Like sometimes I send Blade here, and I use my Grunt to scope out.
Okay. Yeah,
But,
so the angle
he
here already like kind of spoils it.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah,
he
the
came
angle
from
of which
top.
it came, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So you're completely free to do what you want. I love you getting free hits. It's a bit of an overchase, but all within the norms. You didn't overchase too much. You got the item. And now you could take more creeps. So this is interesting. You find him. The kill chance is low, but of course you're going to mana burn him. Now I would immediately turn around because you have no reasonable expectation that he's going to stop moving. So really great to get... Wait, you already got this. Really great to get this camp, maybe.
Yeah, I think I go to the
see.
bottom here.
Okay.
But it's an overchase for sure, right?
Yeah, this overchase. That didn't do anything.
No.
If you had clicked him and you saw he has a clause, you would know that this is up. You could take this camp from him right here.
Oh. Yeah, he did the other camp in the middle.
Yes, and if you click him, you see that's the only item he has. This camp gives a mantle level item. So you could have taken this from him, and then he's going to be mad because you're taking something in front of him. And even though he hasn't got the power to stop, 90% of players will try to like weave in and out too.
Yeah.
So if you just fire at him every time he shows up, it's going to be lower and lower and lower. That costs them money and health. And you can shadow melt because you clicked his hero, so you see he has no dust.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, you should never lose an archer if he has no dust.
Okay, that's... Yeah. I see.
Okay, this is nice.
I lose
You
the
were getting hit
Ancient
by the Kobold.
Warrior, which has happened
Yeah,
several
we'll talk-
times.
Talk about that. This kobold is hitting your demon. It's a shame. Okay, you know about aggro toggling?
Yeah, it works on structures too, right?
You can take this structure and attack your own tree of life.
I do it here well. So maybe I misunderstood last time because we talked about this quite a while. But if I take the Ancient of War here and I attack move onto the DH, they don't switch target?
They switch target to the DH or whoever is nearest. So for instance, if you have this archer is here
Yeah.
and you make your Ancient of War drop threat on itself by attacking your DH, it doesn't make them attack DH.
Right.
It
Yeah,
makes
it
them
changes the
not
priority.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he will switch the demon due to regular proximity rules, and he will switch to this archer.
Yeah, I thought I tried it here, but maybe I messed it up somehow.
No. The thing you're not understanding is that AOW has permataunt, so you must perma override the aggro toggle, not just a switch. Switching, yeah, I'll let you have your revelations.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Switching works on equal targets. One archer can do a momentary aggro toggle on another because they are functionally the same threat level to the creep. He started on this archer because she's nearer. She says, attack this one. He says, okay, and then he switches. But the Ancient of War is shouting all the time, I'm taunted, attack me. And it only drowns out that noise while he's fully actively engaged in PvP combat.
Okay.
And then immediately regains it once you stop that action.
So the safest thing is to just flick back to the main base, attack the tree of life, and
Correct.
walk away.
Correct.
Okay.
You could also root him. Rooted buildings also are on the bottom of the threat table.
Ooh, okay.
But rooting takes about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
The animation itself takes like 1 or 2 seconds, and then it takes a little bit of time, and then there could still be projectiles in the air as well. At this HP, very simple, just root him. But if he was this much HP,
Yeah.
the fastest is click him, press backspace, which goes to the main, A left click.
Yeah.
And then you said something. Okay, I'll let you type.
Yeah.
It is
we
in
talked
the
about it
notes.
last time, but I didn't actually set up a backspace Base camera hotkey.
alternative.
I didn't set it yet. Yeah.
You can also try spacebar. I know that you had a different purpose for spacebars.
So spacebar is what I use for base camera in StarCraft.
Right. You can use that here as well. If it's not the first spacebar, it's usually the second or third, because there's always some Moonwell, some Wisp, some Dryad that finish. So it may not always go here. Sometimes it goes here. Sometimes it goes here.
Oh, it's
but
like jump to last action or something?
yes.
Ah, okay.
Wisp produced, Wisp attacked, Wisp produced, Wisp attacked, Hunter's Hall finished. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have 5 things on the queue, maybe, or 8.
Yeah. I think it's easier to just reliably get the base camera.
Okay. I remember I did a lot of janky spacebar reliance before I started using backspace, and it kind of worked. Yeah, it's up
Backspace
to
just
you.
feels far away on the keyboard. So if you can, I think you can just rebind it, right? In game directly. Yeah.
I don't know if you can. I think this is hard coded. I believe backspace and tilde and F8 are all hard coded. So good luck with that.
Oh. I have to become a backspace guy.
Maybe.
I mean, you hit it
Or you
like
can use-
once every 3 games, maybe. At least I do.
Yeah, I
Maybe
use
you
it-
use
I
it a
use
lot
it more.
but
Yeah, but it's hard coded actually. They didn't think that people would be wanting to rebind. Just like escape for building cancel or unit cancel is hard coded as well. But you can use
okay.
auto hotkey, which is a Windows third-party app that allows you to rebind. You would have to have a profile for Warcraft 3 so that you don't have weird things happening when you're in the browser. That's why I don't like it.
No, okay. Makes sense.
Okay, you said something. You said I don't see the deficit yet of losing Ancient of War. You said this at 545.
Well, the only thing I've ever been doing with an Ancient of War after losing it is get the ranged upgrade for the archers. Every once in a while when I remember.
Which is decent for 5 archers. But
Yeah.
what did you think about the fact that it's a 0 HP knight? Kind of slow, to be fair. But
Yeah.
it's like a 0 HP knight that can creep the entire map for you. So after it finished here, it goes here, you ready it here, and then your demon goes for a level 2 mana burn with Boots of Speed. And then you hire Panda or Naga, you bring the Panda Naga 5 archers, and the Ancient of War tanks the whole camp, you take 0 damage, then you heal up, send it here, put it on hold position, then you take the red spot with it. It never stops the fun, it never stops.
So last week was a revelation that you could use it for multiple camps, which I'd never done before.
sorry.
Now you're saying it's multiple camps?
Sorry, I said 0 HP knight, I meant 0 food knight.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Okay. Yes, definitely. Creep the whole map with it.
Okay. But you
On the
are
range.
you are at some point going to lose it, most likely, right? Like they'll probably find it at some point.
Well, let's say that you don't creep anything else with it. You eat 2 times in consecutive over the course of a minute. He's full life. You root it here. Next time you build a Tree of Life, you build it here. Ancient of
Yeah.
War is blocking with 42 auto attack damage and fortified armor. Not bad.
Yeah. Maybe
like
this
a-
expansion
better
later on
than
would
a-
have actually lived.
Yeah, maybe. It's better than the towers. And so we don't throw it away. It doesn't even take up food.
No.
Very important. Is your friend. Keep alive.
Okay, so I definitely want to use backspace then. Or at least like
Any
Be more
anything. You can
considerate
also
about it.
like you can take your furthest archer and just hold position it here. You lose the DPS of one archer, and then you attack your own archer. Because it's far, he never lands a hit.
okay. Yeah. Okay.
Whatever you do,
Don't
save
lose it. Yeah.
you get to tier 2. Make some wisps. The faster you do it, the faster you're allowed to go tier 3. You said you didn't count wisp. I agree. You did not. You had 6 on wood. You lost 1 here.
I have one in the middle, I think.
2 to lore, and then okay, yeah. So you have 7 actually. You lost 1 to creeps and 2 to lore. That's 7. 7 is not too bad. But if you lost the one in middle soon, you could maybe have problems. And keep in mind that overlumber is a better problem to have than underlumber, because you can always Maynard your wisps to a future expansion. And the more lumber surplus you build up, the more you can use wisps in fights, etc. So it's a future unit you're investing in.
Yep.
Okay, mana burn shadow always. You did, nice. If you have boots, you can keep going, get another mana burn.
Okay.
You di-
From
didn't
from
have
the
fun.
goblin shop, right?
Yeah, very good. Give Mantle to Naga. She gets +3 damage from it. Very good.
Yeah, I reshuffle it at some point.
Moonwell location, most likely not ideal. It's very safe, but I don't think you ever use it because you literally didn't see it on your camera mostly.
Yeah. I kind of struggle actually with the next Moonwell positioning. Like at this point, I need to basically make like 2 or 3 more, right?
Yeah, I like it here, here, here.
Okay.
Because when you staff something or if you get deep invaded, all of these will be easier on recall than the ones in front.
Yeah, okay.
This is all too exposed. This is too exposed, so just try to line the trees with them.
Okay.
Okay, so little low on scouting. You got the reveal, and you said looks normal to me,
Yes.
except it's not.
I don't.
this is where
So I
your
don't
game-
know what normal is. That's the problem, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what normal is at your level 2, by the way. Oh, by the way, sorry to your opponent, Noob IRL. We are taking more than 10 minutes, but he's watching probably, so it is what it is. He'll either be there or you won't. Thank you if you're waiting. Thanks for your patience. Okay. What is normal for orcs at your level? I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I've seen a lot of Tauren lately. They seem to be popular.
Okay. Torrents, headhunters, maybe.
Yeah, a
Berserkers?
lot of headhunters. A lot of headhunters, yeah. But I've noticed they mostly go headhunters really early. Like it seems like they try to
Right.
get the berserker thing going, and then they just non-stop attack.
Yeah. And some raiders and Kodo, maybe.
Yeah, I've seen very few Kodo, just a few games with Kodo, but a lot of. I played one game where the guy had like double bestiary. Is it called bestiary? Where they rush out the nets, and he caught like half my army, and I didn't understand how it worked.
Okay. 16-second cooldown on that snare, 10-second duration on units.
Okay,
And it's ability based, not mana.
so I can't dispel it, right?
Correct. But you
Okay.
can pre-staff to dodge.
I can pre-staff?
Yeah, pre-staff. When the ensnare is on the air, you make a prediction who's going to get netted. Then you staff the... Okay. Your reaction is as if you asked me to do a headshot in an FPS.
Like theoretically, that sounds possible. Yes.
Okay. Fair. Oh, by the way, if you like that one, you can bear transform either direction to disjoint the net.
Really?
Yeah, because they become coded as a different unit, if you will.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, normal to me is a barracks, which makes grunts and headhunters, a war mill, which enables the production of headhunters. Absent war mill means no headhunters.
Okay.
Additionally, Tauren Totem makes spirit walkers, which is a guy that hurts bears but doesn't do much against all the rest of them. And he creates Spirit Link, that orange link that spreads damage.
I've been seeing those guys as well. I have no idea what they do.
Yeah. High damage on bears, low damage on everything else, but they spread out the damage his army takes. 50% of all damage received by primary target gets spread to every other Spirit Link target.
Okay. So can they
That
spirit
means the
link
Tauren-
anything or only each other?
Anything. And in
Okay.
fact, it has global Wi-Fi satellite.
Dang.
So if he links one here and then he links something here, those 8 units are all linked. So when these units start getting hurt, his peons at home drop low and spread some of that damage.
Oh, okay. So, like, I'm assuming they had to be close at some point to link?
Yes.
You
it's
can't
like
just link
Chain
from
Lightning.
here to any unit
Correct.
in the top right, right? Okay.
Range is about this big, and then it can jump about this far away from primary target. So if he has a unit here, 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 and here, and he links this, it insta goes like pop, pop, pop. 4 units per cast.
Okay.
75 mana.
Yeah.
Wisp is a good counter against it because it removes all the link. while also burning the mana on walkers.
Okay, and the dryads at all? Can they dispel anything?
Dryad is good too, but if he keeps linking, because he spends 75 per 4 targets, and you spend 50 per 1 target, he has a quick maths.
Yeah, advantage.
2.66 cheaper, a 2.66 factor cheaper cast versus dispel, and walkers have double the mana of a dryad. So you can't leave your dryads on auto abolish and be happy with the result. That's why the pro way is to not have auto abolish on dryads, target one unit with everything, and then hit it that single unit with an abolish.
Okay. So, if I were to scout something like this compared to like something normal, it seems to me that my only decision that I usually have to make as Night Elf is to how many bears do I make and how many dryads do I make? Is there like
gonna
another
go further.
consideration?
I'll answer your question, but that's for later in the game.
Okay.
But I will answer it. We will get back to it.
Okay.
Just suffice to say that the standard for Orc is probably a War Mill, a Barracks, a Bestiary. That's the most standard. That leads to Headhunters, Grunts, Raiders, and Kodo.
Okay.
And the Totem is the most common support building, which this is not. This is a Spirit Lodge. The Totem is the most common support building. It makes Walkers.
Okay.
If the Totem is supported by a War Mill, and there's a tier 3, which he is actually going towards, then he can have Torrents. Torrents require War Mill and Torrent Totem, which he does not have.
Okay. So the Spirit Lodge is the odd one out here?
Yeah, exactly. That's the weird thing. That's the one, and you'll find this in the notes as well. I said Spirit Lodge is not normal. Now, what does a Lodge do? It makes Shamans, which are usually for Bloodlust, especially at this level.
Okay.
And it also makes Doctors, and we're going to see a little bit more about Witch Doctors soon. They have 3 types of wards. We'll see their effects. Your creeping is fine. You're waiting for invulnerability potion. Going back here.
I tried this.
This was very nicely done. Go slightly further so she doesn't get hit, but this was good. Here, I would take F2 on Naga and make her share some of the tanking. Her armor class is hero armor, so it takes reduced from piercing. She has 3 armor. Archers have nil. Archers are also medium, so they take 50% extra from normal. So any melee creeps should never be allowed to attack archers. Your demon is dropping low. You correctly felt that you should share some of the tanking burden with someone else, but it should be the Naga that does it.
Okay. Just because of the hero armor situation, right?
Yeah,
like
hero and amount. Heroes have an armor at level 1 ranging from 1 to 5, 3 being average. So 3 is still more than 0. That means it will be cheaper to heal her on Moonwell, and she takes less damage than an archer.
Yeah,
Make sense?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. This is a common problem. I identify it as a problem. You have a full inventory melee, and you're killing a high-value creep. This doesn't hurt you now. He has no Windwalk, but it will hurt you some of your games.
Yeah.
If you identify that the high value drop is going to drop, F2, get her in position. Either you open up the archers to here, and then you can F2 in a beeline, or you start circumventing the archers with the Naga. However you do it, make sure that she's right next to it to pick it up. Or someone comes in, starts ensnaring, you panic, you can't pick it up, and the item goes to the opponent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Worst case scenario. Yeah.
Yep. Good item sharing. You had a gap here. Could go through here.
I think I sent them through, but
Now
I think
you
I
have to
just
wait
moved
for
command,
orc.
right? But I'm not sure.
I don't know. You went like this. You were waiting for Orb. When you were waiting, you should check your buildings to see if you have any overproduction.
I think I canceled this one, but I don't remember.
No, you just waited.
Oh. I canceled it now. I actually just canceled it.
That's true, actually.
I canceled it after I got the orb. Even better.
Yeah. Worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't fix your rally yet.
Yeah, my rally point here is a miss. I don't know why.
try to rally it as soon as you build both. You
Yep.
go tier 3, do the rally.
I think that's what I did, but then at some point I must have, I don't know, removed it.
Here, you can have a greed play, and it's true for this archer, this archer, this archer, and this demon with an item that you know is undesirable. Staff means that if a fight breaks out in the next 30 seconds, you will have greeded and you will lose something because of it. But if the fight doesn't break out because of your judgment or your gambling, the play now would be to staff demon and sell the beast at home.
Yep.
And this has an extra benefit of giving you the final 2 creeps solo Naga XP. So that a level 4, which is some form of power spike, doesn't share XP with someone that could still reach their level 3 power spike, which is an even greater power spike than 4.
Yep, makes sense. So it is not a waste to use your Moonwell juice on the archers?
No, especially when you're full.
Yeah, at this point
Night,
it's fine.
Yeah, because full Moonwells won't regen at night. If you're prioritizing who to drink from, you drink from these, especially with very low healing requirement archers. Right? It's only going to take a small bite out of each Moonwell.
Okay.
We're not healing a 1 HP, 1 mana Dryad on this. We might go for this one so that we give her something, but not everything. But for archers, we go for the full ones. Wellspring is good. Moonwell timing is a little bit late. If you had Moonwell now, then you would actually potentially have the chance to go 2 bears over. Because you're 1 bear over in money now.
Which Moonwells? Like Moonwell 6 and 7 or like 60, 70 supply?
Yeah, the 60 supply Moonwell should ideally have been made already. You're unaware
Okay.
that you currently are tying up resources with a bear. He is perma supply blocked.
Yeah.
This one is still coming. So actually you have 54, well, let's say 52 worth of spending at the moment. You could spend another bear here after this one, and you'll be headed towards 56. 56 is the minimum requirement to go over 50 and be happy about it. That's like 2 units. It's like 2
Okay.
dryads, or in this case 2 bears. And you can do that if you're hitting a good fight at the 10-minute mark, right? At this situation, 2 extra units is significantly stronger than not having them. You will lose money, but if you immediately leverage it for a fight in the next minute, then the income deficit that you suffer from being on upkeep is justified by having that fight with the extra units.
Okay. So that is something I've been consistently doing wrong then. I have been adding on those 2 additional Moonwell too late. Like I don't add them on until like, I don't know,
Right, I saw that.
a good while later.
So the moment you have money at 50, you spend it on all the extra essentials, which is
Yep.
Wellspring, Ultravision. It could be attack upgrade, but it's always that over Moonwell as fast as possible so that you can have the option to go over 50. Because you can enforce the discipline to stay under 50 without requiring to actually hard cap yourself with the lack of an over Moonwell.
Okay. No, that's a really good point. So last week we talked about that too. Like I used so I had to get an invul pot and get the orb and the staff and all the basic stuff. So I've
You've been doing that great.
I've been doing that, yeah. But one thing I did not consider is that I guess even if I don't use the supply, it's still not really wasted, right? Because the healing is still useful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Except if you were like some kind of compulsive producer that could not help but go 51.
No, I feel really bad about going over 50 supply already, so I don't.
Yeah. Well, you should feel a little bad, but sometimes it should feel good. You need to become enlightened, my man.
Yeah. So in this case, like in this type of game, though, it's clear that we're gonna fight soon, right? But sometimes we're kind of just running circles around each other, and it feels a little awkward. But maybe that's like a symptom of low-level play. I don't. I don't know.
Well, in this case, in this moment, I'm level 4, 2. You're level. He's level 3, 2, 1. So you are 1 level higher. You also know he went for a TC, 3rd. So he's tier 3ing. TC is never the only investment. So there are other tier 3 things he's waiting for. We don't see them yet.
Okay.
So there's money investment that he's not using. So we have a level reason to be happy. We have personal power spikes. Like we just got the orb. We have an invul. We are ready in that sense. We have a staff. We have a TP. We have all the reasons to want to fight from our perspective, even if we're blind. There were no significant delays. Your bear timing is fantastic. It's sub 10 minutes. You even had bear timing, I think, at 9, which is just really good flow. Your build order was very close to just perfect. Everything is good. There's no reason not to skill check an opponent and fight when you reach all your power spikes.
Okay.
Without enemy info. Now we also have enemy info. We know that we stole his item. We hurt him. He was low on grunts. He's fast stacking. We scout Lodge. That's kind of dodgy. Lodge is high value potentially when uncountered. More about that later. We see a TC third, but no other tier 3. Everything says we want to fight, which means we would go over 50, even with a single Dryad here, because the expectation is that we lose a unit and we kill 5.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
Cool. So that should elucidate a lot of your...
So,
I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing now problems.
Yeah, so hypothetically, if I don't see him here in the middle of the map, would I go
base.
red
Go to
camp
his
or
base.
would I go to his base?
I think you go to his base.
Okay.
Yeah. Because red camp is going to give you 4.5 and 3. Which is whatever. You already got your power spike 3. You used it for some mana burn here. Now you got power spike 4. Now you got Orb of Venom power spike staff. You've got your Master Bear. First time you would be using them. That is a convergence of power spikes. But there is also one problem. You haven't lost any archers yet. That means,
I know.
Yeah, I know. It sounds stupid, right?
I'm so sorry.
Very un-StarCraft-like thinking, but eventually you would get experience with this. You get a certain expectation of how many bears fit in a 50-pop army. If you take away all the
I don't have
Dryads and
enough,
the
no.
archers,
Yeah. I have 10
6
supply
to
worth of
7
nothing.
bears. Yeah. 1 here, 2 here, that's 3. Remove 2 Dryads, you've got 4.5. Remove an archer, you've got 5. Remove 2 more archers, 6. Remove 2 more archers, you got 7. 50-pop optimal army for power, 7 bears. You can replace any amount of bears for Dryads. Still an actual tier 3 with support army. But the 5 archers is a tier 1 carryover. We don't want to lose them. We want to make him pay the iron price for killing them. But if the game state now advances 5 minutes, you will spend the entire game on 5 archers. Guess what his population is without me saying it or without looking?
Like 70 probably?
I think 38.
Oh, you mean at this point? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
Oh, sorry.
like in a couple
You
minutes
thought I
from now.
meant that-
If I
you
get
thought I
sitting
meant
on the
10
archer, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like 38, but he said 46. Okay. He's got a shredder.
But that's another argument, I guess, as to why I should definitely be building those additional Moonwell earlier.
True. But also, we get all our power spikes, and we want to fight now because we still have some basic army. We want to make them as effective as possible, but we don't want to spend the next 10 minutes being capped at 50 with a trash army.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we want to get paid for it, but we do want to
Yes. We want the
have
best
them
price
die.
for them.
We
but
want
we
them
do
to
wanna
send them
have
to
that
an,
trade.
to an honorable death.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Now we're gonna look at his vision. This right here. What is this?
It's a sentry ward.
Yeah, Sentry Ward. That's what Witch Doctor's first spell is. 50 mana. Currently has 200 health. Can be dispelled with a single abolish or auto-attacked for 200 damage. It is invisible, but not invincible. Though if you have no detection, it's also invincible. You can remove it with a Wisp. You can see it with Dust of Appearance, Huntress Sentinel, Goblin Laboratory Reveal, or Priestess of the Moon Scout Owl. Those are your options. Dust is the most common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So should
Night
I?
Elf-
Okay. So this is only when they have the Witch Doctor, right? Like otherwise, I just I know it's a drop as well from the shot from any of the camps, but
Correct. If it's a Witch Doctor and you get an actual serious game that advances with doctors, you should assume that he sees the entire map, unless he's bad, but he's still going to see certain parts of the map, and it will last 10 minutes.
okay. 10?
10 minutes. It's broken, yeah?
Is that the normal? Like if I get a sentry drop or a sentry ward from a drop, is that the same?
No, those are 3. They used to be 10 as well, but it got nerfed. Justifiably.
Oh.
Recently.
2014.
It was 2018 or 2021.
Whoa. Okay, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Sentry wards are going to go through a balance change. It is difficult to decide how I should coach you, but I think you should be ready for the future patch because your habits that you're training now will matter most for April 18th when the tournament is. And on April 15, there's a balance patch slated that's going to change how these things work. They will become undispellable by Dryads and Wisp, only attackable.
Okay.
However, their vision drops to this far instead of how far you see it, all the way over here. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
And their health drops to 25. It's pretty much 1 or 2 auto attacks from anything.
So it's a bit easier across the board to deal with them.
Easier, but cannot dispel with Abolish.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and the same is true for the healing wards. Right now, a healing ward can be single tapped with an auto attack. That remains true, but you could also do Abolish if you feel like you can't get an auto attack off. In the future, you can only auto attack it.
And that's like when you say abolish, that's not the auto cast, right? Like that is the manual cast of the Dryad.
No, it's the spell name. But it will never auto cast on stasis and heal. So yes to the part where you have to manual cast it.
Okay. So I have been manually casting it on some things where I know that it's a... But, I have to, like, remind myself actively about those needing manual targeting.
Yeah, and luckily there's only 101 other things to do in the fight. Some of which are also
yeah,
potentially more
exactly.
important.
It's not been my top priority.
Yeah. At some point you said, I'm not sure if I can win or should fight. That was around this time. Try to do a pre-scout so that you know if your 9-minute bear attack is good. But like send a wisp to his base or try to get info on his army. Your vision is usually limited. Anytime you ask yourself like, oh, I'm not sure when I should be fighting, that means that 30 seconds ago you should have done a scout. Then you'll know.
Yep.
So then when you do your replay review, remember when you were unsure and then try to make it a habit and tie that habit to a certain timing. For instance, once I start my Master Claw training, I tie the habit of I'm going to send a wisp to his base and see roughly what he has.
Yeah. That sounds like an absolute no-brainer to bake in. Yeah. When you start Master Claw training, Scout as well, their main. Okay.
I don't think you saw his blades and Raider at all.
I don't know if this is my vision.
Yeah.
No, I think I did see them. I just kept going because he backed up.
Same thing here. You had no space for healing ward. You walked your Naga from here to here after the creep died rather than before.
Is there an obvious sign which of the creep is going to drop the item?
Nope. I lobbied for it, but it did not happen or did not happen yet.
Because it's not always the highest level one, right?
Not always. Usually it is, but not always.
Okay.
On springtime, you've got one camp with a Ogre Mauler level 5 and an Ogre Magi level 5. My historical game instinct says that the Ogre Magi would have it because Blizzard always make the maps like this. But the community makes them differently. So on springtime Goblin Shop, it's the Mauler 5 that has the item, not the Magi 5. So
okay.
Kind of mess with my historical expectations.
That's also a good note though, because I don't think about it. I don't think about which of the units is going to drop the book, which one is going to be dropping the item. I don't even consider it.
You react when you see it.
Yes.
Right?
It's exactly. My instinct is to react after it's dropped, not before.
And it's something worth deliberately memorizing.
Yeah.
Here he talked about selling slippers later. I would like you to know that slippers is better on demon than claws. +5.
We talked about that last week.
It's okay. We repeat good habits. We repeat good tips.
Think about which creep will drop the item. And okay, preempt. Yes.
Roar is pretty small range, so you just did a single target roar on this bear.
Sick. I didn't even notice.
You have to manually pick your bear, then position it, then roar. It's not enough to just cycle through your units and do a roar.
Okay.
Which is, I think, how you did it.
Yes. No, that is what I did it. Or that's how I've been doing it every time. So manual selection before roar. I've just been picking the one that looks kind of good, and then I've been picking that one for roar.
Yeah.
Especially with everything
Okay,
moving at a different speed.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, now look at the map. This is his map vision. Just look at the mini-map.
Right.
This is a doctor. There's a sentry. He's got a sentry on your expansion, so he knew exactly when you saw him attacking your moonwall with a witch doctor. You had no idea what it meant. It's because he has a sentry right here.
Ah, okay. Oh, he just
Yeah.
auto queue, like he shift queued it and then didn't shift queue it
Yeah.
away?
Yeah, exactly. The
Okay.
correct way for him would be like sentry, shift, shift, right click here, right? Hide in the corner.
Do they have that much mana?
They get plus 100 mana with. It's the same for bears, by the way. Did you know this? That bears start at 200 mana.
No?
Well, let's say when they're in their druid form, you can go with elven form or druid form. They start at 200 at 0. Then once they become once they become adept with 1 level of upgrade, they go from 200 to 300, and they get bonus health as well, and bonus health and mana regen. Then once they get from 1 to 2, even their base form, the druid form, gets once again bonus health and mana. They go from 300 to 400, and they gain the ability to
Oh.
Master Claw.
So I've been thinking that it seems particularly weak early on, and I figured it was the Hunter's Hall upgrades that makes them tankier later on in the game.
No,
But they
because
actually get
druids
flat
don't
more
enjoy-
HP.
Yes, druids don't even enjoy upgrades. They are completely unupgradable in terms of attack and armor.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
He has no upgrades. See?
I see.
Watch
Okay.
the-
So
see how
so
it
does
says,
that
like,
change
0,
the
0?
max HP or the current HP or like current mana?
Everything.
Okay.
Current HP maintains. So right now he's at 100% out of 580.
Yeah.
So when he transforms, he'll be 100% out of 960, aka 960, 960.
No, I mean when the upgrade kicks in. I mean that's a small detail,
Oh.
but
If they are 1 HP and the upgrade kicks in, and let's say they gain like 80 life, then I think they'll be 81. I think they get a lump sum chunk, which is equal to the max. Current and max both get that same amount, I believe.
that's the strangest way to heal your druids, but
Yes.
technically a way to do it.
And Demon Hunter gains plus 500 when he metamorphosizes to both
Okay.
current and max, which means if you do a
You
1
can save
HP
him with
meta,
it?
Yes, you did this today earlier.
By accident, a little bit for like 3 seconds.
Yes, because you staffed the Chimera. You remember this?
That one
Bad
hurt.
memories,
Yes,
but-
I remember that very clearly.
Yes. Then you met that at 1 HP, and the transformation takes like a second or two. He would have been 501 life if you survived. Instead, he was dead and full cooldown meta.
Yes. Yes, when he respawned, he had no alt.
Yeah. But when Demon goes back down from meta, he does not have to return the dress to the store. He keeps the plus 500 he
Really?
gained.
It's not okay.
Yeah, it's not a temporary borrow, and then when he loses it, he like dies or something. It's not even a percentage maintenance. He keeps the 500. It's a instant greater, well, not instant as you found out, but it's a greater healing potion, even over the whole duration and post duration.
That's crazy. Yeah, I guess otherwise, if it would be below like 100 HP or whatever, when it switches back, it would insta-die. They could make it
It would-
percentage-based, I guess, but...
Yes, they could do percentage. They could do minus 500, which would lead to death, which is toxic. But instead, they did the most happy possible for Night Elf anyway.
Yeah.
Interpretation, where it's just you don't have to give it back. All good.
I mean, he is a demon at that point, right? I mean, you'd imagine he has to pay the price afterwards, but...
Okay, cool. Try to gain vision and take actual note of the teleport animation. So your camera was here when you're attacking, and you think like, this is almost too easy. Are we really gonna get away with this?
Yes!
You should check if you're getting away with this. So look for the teleport. Pre-split this here. Pre-split this here. Pre-split the bears away from the bestiary, and don't let him get this surround on
Yep.
you. Even though I will say, you should be winning this fight. You didn't for some reasons, but you should at least know if his TP is coming.
I panic here. I start the fight off in full panic mode because I this is a problem. I never aim my TP. I just double click and hope for the hope for the best. This is him aiming it to a much better spot.
I mean, is it though? The way that TPs work is that heroes are in the middle and units surround. Do you really want High
Yeah.
Templar in front? So if you actually capitalize and you don't panic, he's going to be so blocked. His TC has an angle to escape left, but not south or on the right. Blade has to go around. Will get an angle on your backline, which is nice. But if you just A move into him, this bear is going to get blocked by Demon. But these three will hit. You immediately fork lightning. His front line dies. Archer line and Dryad line attacks shamans and doctors. Not bad. Now,
So I pull way out, don't I? Like I go all the way south.
Yeah, but because you, like you said, you start every fight with panic, which allowed him to deploy.
So I didn't see him TP. I noticed him on the map, and then suddenly the minimap disappeared, and then I see him in the middle of this screen. I think that's something. It was something along those lines. Okay, but
Yes.
when you
Mental
TP,
preparation helps.
it's always the heroes in the middle.
Yes, always.
Ooh, okay.
Maximum range he could TP was probably here. He didn't click that accurately, even. He could be slightly further.
Yeah, he panicked too.
Yeah, a little bit. But he had guts. He said, I'm going to go for it. It's pretty cool. Now, let's talk a little bit about counters to Spirit Lodge, okay?
Okay.
Dryads are a type of counter because they are literally unattackable. Shamans and doctors have magic damage, and Dryads are magic immune.
Okay.
Well, Warcraft 3 fights is not 10 shamans against 10 dryads where you win. There's also other things. So shamans can just attack something else. So it's not that simple. It gets more and more complex the more units there are. Dryads are okay though. Archers have good damage type against shamans, but are ultimately tier 1 units against someone that makes the whole orc army go.
Right.
Bears take bonus damage from shamans and doctors, double in fact. So they do take a lot of damage. At the end of the day, shamans have very low DPS total. It gets better against bears though.
Okay.
Raiders die to bears. They take bonus damage from bears. Grunts take normal damage from everything that you have. And that's about it. That's all about the armor and damage type situation of this fight. Now, the top counters to all Spirit Lodge units are 2 units in the Night Elf Armada that you are currently not using. None of these 3 actually.
Okay.
Wisps and fairy dragons.
Okay. Real stupid question. The Spirit Lodge is producing both the shamans as well as the witch doctors, right?
Correct. And that's all it can do. There's nothing else.
Okay.
And both of those units, best spell is at tier 3, which takes another 90-second upgrade. So killing lodges at any point until minute 10 is extremely valuable. You're now at minute 12. Note, by the way, you are level 4-3 at minute 12.
Yeah.
At 9:30, you were also 4-2.
That is correct. Yes.
Yes. You got to level 4.4 and 3.3. Decimals give nothing. You do
Right.
have more items, which is good. You forgot to use item a little bit. But overall, you do have, of course, more army. 4 is here. That's 7. Then you have
Another one in
something
the
in
wall.
production.
Yeah.
That's 10. This is 14. So what is your army? 50. So compared to 2.5 minutes ago, you're roughly 1 level stronger. However, she has more spells. You didn't use any Naga spells. Neither Fork nor Frost. That means that compared to 2.5 minutes ago, you're not any stronger right now in his base. Which is a sobering thought, because you feel like you're getting stronger, but that's not actually what is here. Whereas for him, he needed that time to finish Healing Ward and Bloodlust upgrade. So next time, when you're playing against 1 or 2 Spirit Lodges, you see tier 3, be a lot more oppressive. Forget about the red spots. Go kill Spirit Lodges. They are our primary kill target.
Okay, so first the Spirit Lodge, hit the bear timing, I guess, right? And then
Yes.
transition if needed to
Yes.
the structure I
Fairy
never
dragons
built.
and wisps.
Okay.
Yeah, Ancient of Wind.
Angel of Wind, yes.
Okay. Then write another piece of homework if you're going to look back at this later anyway.
Okay.
Study what the fairy dragon does. It's complicated. I don't have to read the whole manual. You've never used it. Go check out what it does. It's fantastic.
Okay. It's only good against spellcasters, right? I think I read about it like a week ago when I was going up against a human who only used spells.
Yeah, it's very good against orc and human in particular. When they play the Sorc priest and
Okay.
the shaman and doctor.
Okay. One more silly question. The Bloodlust is similar to the World of Warcraft one, right? Where it's just flat attack speed?
And move speed.
Yeah,
40%
okay.
each.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, same thing.
So if you had 3 wisps here, synchronized, and you came in from the back, you attack here, you're like, oh, I think he's gonna at some point TP. You put 3 wisps here. Okay, maybe he backstabs you. You bring them over from here, whatever. But if he TPs, they come in from the back, which is even better because he's gonna run from your army. If 3 wisps come in here, you can take your hands off the keyboard.
I see. Yeah, so that requires a little bit of preparation, but I see what you mean.
Right. But the preparation starts with your first crystal ball when you see launch. You didn't know it now.
That was 5 minutes
so
ago,
it's-
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you're like, okay, I'll make a few extra wisps. I'm gonna do a 50-minute bear timing with an over moonwell, so I can go over if the attack endures. And I'm gonna make 1-2 extra wisps. I'm gonna bring like 1 to 3 wisps, and I'm gonna detonate them on the army.
Yep. Okay.
If he had these 3 buildings, no second lodge. Oh, let's say he has second lodge and he has a shop, and you show up at whatever time you do show up. Primary kill target, shop, then the outer lodge for the least compromised position. Then the inner lodge or the bestiary is fine, whatever. You prepare for the attack. It's not about the lodge or the bestiary anymore.
it's
It's
too-
about
yeah.
he has to defend, so you gotta get in position for a fight.
Yep. So instead, I sleep on
Okay.
the job.
A little bit, but it's because you didn't look at this great hall. Just remind yourself to
Yep.
look for TP. Then in this case, you don't have a lot of mana burns. Your immolation was off the whole fight. Your frost arrow was off. You didn't use any fork lightning, so you're. I tried to
I
find
see.
something good to say.
I put down a healing word.
Yeah, like
I
15
used my
seconds
mana
later.
and my healing scroll, but everything else garbage, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
No, I know what you
Your
mean.
staffs honestly are good every game. Oh yeah, you did Rejuve. If you do Rejuve on Demon, I told you before, maybe Invul then Rejuve, not Rejuve then Invul, because Invul purges Rejuves.
Yeah. No, you did tell me.
Now you're already a little bit behind because he has more heroes. He has survived the hardest stage in the game. He's got normally Night Elf enjoys free healing from Moonwells. You can use it a little bit more greedily. Once you have Wellspring, you don't need to nearly conserve as much for the future. So you can just tap anything that's low on it. The guilt of drinking is completely gone once you have Wellspring.
Okay. I can take a bath in the juice.
Oh yeah. You can bottle it and send it around the world to the Lowko fans.
Sick.
But yeah, he now also has free healing because of Heal Ward. So whatever value you used to have, you no longer have. He's actually become the Night Elf now, and you the Orc, where
Right.
you know you need to try and end it before it gets too dangerous.
So do people play
Nice
this at a
army
high level at all? Like the...
I haven't coached anyone to play like this. This is kind of his own brand of play.
Okay.
But I would say there's value in deconstructing every strat, even if you may not be facing it, because it always furthers your understanding of the game.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's pretty much everything. I'm going to play a game now against him.
That was a quick 10-minute analysis. Thank
Quick
you.
10-minute analysis. The guy went for a nap, and it's tomorrow. It's an organic adaptive process. You never know how long it's gonna go, but I think if it's useful and I hear a receptive student, then
No. This is extremely
keep
useful.
going.
Like there's a lot of things. So when you vocalize it, it makes perfect sense, right? Like for example, the timing of the extra Moonwells going over 50 supply. When you talk about it, you're like, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense. It's the same with, for example, scouting when you start the Master Claw training. Absolute
Right.
no-brainer when you think about it for longer than 3 seconds. But I just haven't been, thinking about it for
Right.
any of it.
Right. Yeah, I find that habit tying is super useful. Do you want to join? Game name Lowko1.
Sure.
And if the other guy is still awake, Nigel Yellow, you're very welcome to join. You're next.
It's 10 minutes of analyzing in dog years. Yeah, that's... I usually do double totem, but change to the bestiary. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Okay. Oh, I didn't mean it that way. I was talking to him privately.
That was
Lowko.
very Dutch of you.
Oh, yeah, I see. My bad. Okay, for this one, we stay on voice so that you can ask any questions you want.
Okay.
I do have an advantage over you, and I'm not talking about the skill gap. I mean, I know what it's gonna do.
Slight advantage.
I know what he's gonna do. But if we're lucky, we have a chance for you to play against him again after this and try to correct your wrongs.
Oof, okay. Pressure.
Yep. Get ready for that. Do you want me to tech scout or altar scout?
Let's do Altar Scout, what you would normally do.
Okay. You sure? Are you willing to start doing that?
Yes,
Otherwise, I do tech scout.
because it's good against every race, right?
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm also streaming it to you on Discord, so you can use that instead of the live stream or even the in-game feed. In-game
Yes.
feed can be checked for details if you want to see them.
Oh, could you turn on the Discord stream?
I think I did.
Oh, here we
Am I
go.
already?
Sorry, my bad, my bad. I was on the wrong
Yeah.
camera. Yep.
Yeah, it's because when you stream first, you don't see it unless you click in the middle and then find
Yep.
it. I noticed. Ready?
Yep.
Yeah. So if you look at my Discord stream, then you can see when I ping. So for
Yep.
the altar Wisp Scout, I like to usually just go into their base, and then shift right click on the direction where I think they're not gonna find it.
Okay.
And
How
that
bad is
way,
losing it?
Not good. It's gonna be a 15-second tech delay
Okay.
because we want to replace that Wisp, and they take 15 seconds to make. Oops, I didn't issue an attack command.
A player's forces are under attack.
I didn't see shit. Kind of weird.
I wonder what he's gonna go for.
I have no idea. Maybe
I think he messed
no
up.
rack stack.
A player's forces are under attack.
Okay, no problem. He messed something up.
No worries, no worries.
Where were you watching? The stream or the?
I was
in-game?
using the Discord. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't need to join the in-game lobby. I think it's more useful to see your clicks.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, I think so. Because otherwise you don't see my pings either.
Yep. I full screened the
He was
chat. There
nervous.
you
He didn't listen to my.
go. Just pretend it's Lowko.
I told him don't be nervous. Just don't be, and he is.
Can you stop being nervous? Immediately.
Stop being nervous now!
There's only like 10,000 people watching. Don't worry about it.
I don't know if you noticed that sometimes the heroes like 1 second late because the moonwell isn't done yet. That's why I empty the fourth
Yes.
wisp, but you don't need to follow that. It's optimization that does not matter enough.
Empty the fourth
should-
wisp, as in
Yeah,
you make that
so
with the
when
Ancient
you're
of War?
build- Yeah, normally when you make the moonwell, your altar moonwell 4 wisp, but I take one out to make the AOW already a little bit earlier. I don't think it's worth optimizing like that.
I did that
You're
in
still
the... I think I did that in the game, but I was later with
okay.
it.
Do you still do 4 gold, 1 wisp on wood, and then fill?
I've been 4 in
Wait,
gold.
I'm not sharing to you yet. Sorry about that.
No. Okay, sorry. No, I've been doing 4 in gold, and then 1 to the altar, and then I send the next one to the Moonwell, and then I take 1 out of gold to make the Ancient of War.
Oh, excellent. And then you put the 4th in gold, and then
Down
you
to
put
wood,
the 5th
then
in
back
gold?
to gold, and then back to wood.
Okay, understood. You can fill the gold immediately if you're willing to do shop cancel trick. If that's too much to do
Okay.
right now, then you have to do the one on wood.
Okay.
Which one do you want to see?
Let's do without the shop cancel trick.
Yeah, okay, good. We're in a good position for that. Do you have main screen turn on?
Yep, I've got it full.
Okay, so I'm 1 on wood, like I've taught you the build. I'm gonna take my altar wisp, I'm gonna right click it in his base, and then I'm gonna shift click it to a tree where he's not likely to find it.
Makes sense?
We're gonna suffer attention deficit when we are Ancient of War creeping, building second Moonwell, and microing the camp. So we want our wisp to be fully pre-ordered to do things.
Yep.
We're always allowed to touch it again and take an actual look, maybe block his hero, but that's really difficult to do while we're doing all the other stuff. Oh, did I forget to ask for an unpause?
It's okay.
Oh my god.
And before he's AFK, you know, like get to his base, there's nothing. Oh no, there's stuff.
Like the fucking streamers. Oh, this is better. I uprooted half a second earlier, so now all the creeps are clustered.
Ah. So now immolation's actually good here.
Yes.
Should I prepare a wisp to repair? Because I feel like this is risky for me.
Yes. Yes, this was not ideal. So this is a perfect chance to practice the thing. Eat tree, attack own tree of life. Only need to do it for a bit and then can help again already. That was a very risky hit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this camp is strong. Most maps are not like this, I found.
Correct. Now we have a chance to look again because we're not in such a scary phase. Sorry, I told you 3 Moonwell before tech with immolation. I didn't.
Okay. Can you actually get away with 2 if you're good?
Yeah, I have more mana than you. You had 71 after first camp.
Yeah. You're full HP here, pretty much.
Yeah. Because I had better surface area on the first camp.
Yeah. You killed that way quicker.
Oh, he took this camp this time. So now I'm expecting him to want the other camp because he took this. He did an illegal change, by the way. Bad practice ethics. Because I said play the same.
He
But he's
did
learning.
this. He did this in the previous game.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
bad.
I ran straight
This
here in
one's
my
real.
game.
I didn't even realize which one's real. Oh, you ran straight here. Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
I see. Check my tech. Could actually get away with a 4th Moonwell
Oh.
already.
This doesn't cut into archer production?
Maybe I was slightly late with one.
No,
archer.
okay. That's I don't. You know, I'm just wondering. Because the extra Moonwell juice is really nice.
Yeah. We have seen that his Rax was late. That means he has no units. That means everything he has is ours. We know he has no shop from the scout. I don't know which one is real because I'm noob. Yeah.
I'm guessing the one not
Now-
in your face.
Yeah, exactly. Is that 5 archers? Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, we could go for burrows. We could try to find him, or we could just take another claws of attack. Now, because we're going to be in a weird position, low health, on his side of the map, I'm mentally thinking I'll probably get Staff of Teleportation so I can get home.
okay. So you can actually easily creep this with a level 2 hero compared to a level 1?
Yeah, exactly. More stats. We already have more items.
Wow,
We have
okay.
more archers. So, mana burn. Oh, we can go in for the cancel on the demon. Okay,
Yeah, he's already super screwed now.
I'm not gonna. I was gonna open this around if I got it.
Yeah.
It's unrealistic. Okay, upgrade finished. Immediately make a wisp. Keeper of the Grove.
Keeper of the Grove is fine in this matchup?
Yes, if he has grunts. If he has but let's just go Naga actually, because I think I told you Naga, right?
Yeah, you told me Naga against everything except Night Elf.
Yeah, we should stick to that. Ancient of War moves over. The staff.
So against
teleports.
Berserkers this would not be good? Keeper of the
Yeah,
Grove, I
that's
mean?
why I can't tell you always do this.
Yeah, I see,
because
I see.
It's like, okay, Entangled's really good, but then you're not going to use Thorns, and I wanted you to have an easy time picking just
Gotcha.
Aura.
Okay. It's good to... I think it's good to know. Like, it's nice to understand the
Yeah.
reasoning here. So it's okay to be a little bit later on the hero sometimes, because I've had that happen because I don't position
I
a
think
worker
it's
in
because
time.
I got Staff, and I got 4th Moonwell, and I did double lore tier 3 all before. What we could do is instead single lore tier 3, or we could first pick up Naga. Like, the order of everything is a little bit interchangeable. Like, do we want to have a really good bear timing? Do we want to
Okay.
get immediately second hero? Yeah, it kind of comes down to these things. Now, I could creep, but I'm already level 3, and I want to kind of know what's going on. I feel strong because I just got the power spike of having a second hero. I haven't seen him, so I'm assuming he's afraid of me. I took a big camp of his, and he didn't compete it. Let's go over here and start attacking this. This needs to be on the hold position out of aggro range. Otherwise, when it wakes up... Oh. Hold position so he doesn't push me further. Okay. This is an angle where we could kill Shadow. I'm going to get out because it's too good. Just for
that angle
practice.
is-
Otherwise,
It's kind of insane.
yeah.
It's actually
Gonna
pretty
get out,
wild
just-
how much improvement there is in the first couple of minutes now.
Yes, because we won the game already, basically, right?
Yeah, you could probably go way higher MMR than I am right now with like 5-minute games while not even intending to end the game.
Yes. And it can all be done with 50 APM as well. Because knowledge is OP, and it takes a long time to get it. So I would eat 3, and then shift, move here, and then hold.
So as long as it's not too close, it's not gonna get attacked even during daytime.
Yeah, as long as it... Yes, exactly, true.
Okay.
I need to teach you something. Can you write a note about night turning to day
Yes.
in regards to creeps? So I've seen the Spirit Lodge. I've seen the tier 3. That means I'm gonna control group Wisps. We reached our level 4 power spike.
Oh. Free
Turn on
unit.
Frost Arrow. We pre-scouted here. We know this camp is gone. Oh. We just used an illusion on the shop. We know it's gone, so we don't have to creep there. This is the value of creeping things that do not belong to your opponent even. So oftentimes when you think of creeping, you think, how am I gonna... Like, what am I gonna see from an opponent? But it's even good to scout neutral creeps in this game.
Yep, makes perfect sense.
Okay, we are 920. We're level 4-3. You were 4-2, so very comparable. At that time, we didn't make any dryads, which means we have no dispel, but we have wisps. Wisps very OP against Spirit Lodge. So we're gonna bring them. I have them in control group 2, the wisps, and I'll just put them over here on these 3 trees. I'll see what's good to attack. The best thing here to attack is the shop, but it's too far back. Smart. So we'll go for the burrow. We take a look at this while keeping our peripheral vision on the mini-map as well. Also can remove Hex.
So he hasn't yet got any witch doctors or anything, right? So do you just keep the wisps?
Yes.
There's one over there.
It's a Master Training Witch Doctor here. It's 150 mana, a little under half to cast Healing Word. Illusion. So if he comes, I press 1 to move away, and then F1 to go in. Demon Tank.
You can illusion a bear?
Yeah.
Huh.
Here I could do like bears here on hold, so that they don't auto-attack into derpy locations.
Ooh, okay.
Open with Frost. Open with Fork Lightning every time. And Mana Burn. Use an archer, take it out of the control group to attack Healing Word. Another Frost, Mana Burn.
You're making this look so easy.
It is.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Just do it.
So like all those mistakes I make, I should basically just not do those, right?
Yes, exactly. Yo, you do get it. Oh, I forgot the immolation. Oops. It's not easy. Okay, now your turn.
Dang. Just murdered the guy. GG. Yeah, this is just like play like Sarah all over again.
Yeah, but you gained knowledge things like Bring Wisp.
Yeah. And a plan against the Lodge in particular.
Yes. This time he also learned he made the Lodge less killable. He probably listened to he had to do something to enjoy himself, right? Yet to listen to the analysis.
He changed the positioning of the structure, yeah.
Yeah, so now they're not killable anymore. Good job by him. So now attacking buildings was mostly a knock-knock joke, and we're waiting for his answer. We're waiting for him to show up.
Or should I
Game name. Why did I name it Viper One? Okay, sorry about that, but
wow,
I don't know where
it's
that
okay.
came from.
It's alright. I'll join.
Oh my god.
Do you need me to stream anything
Thinking
if you're
about-
gonna be in the game?
Thinking about the other girl meme.
Yeah. Him versus the
No.
guy she told you not to worry about.
I'll just watch. I'll just watch your stream, Viper.
Okay, no worries. I mean, Viper's pretty good, eh? I'm, you know, it's a compliment.
To everyone that didn't get invited on the original, sorry. I'll kick. I want +1 viewer on Lowko stream. Okay. Race picks. Okay. Repeat. Same.
I wonder which creep camps he's
game?
gonna take.
Remind ourselves of playing how you normally would on ladder,
Okay.
but allowed to use new rules, but you're not allowed to blind counter. You must
No, of course.
gain
I'll play the same
information
thing.
gain information via scouting. Remind yourself of the good habits: Wellspring, Ultravision, Bring Wisp, pre-5th Moonwell to prepare for the 60 overpop. Play around Power Spike of the bear timing, pre-scout as you start Master Call training to see where he is, what he has crept, what is your plan, will you attack, and that kind of thing. Make sure you have Roar, and every time a fight begins, F1, Demon Forward, check if your Frost Arrow is on before a fight could break out. It's better to waste a lot of mana on creeps than to not have it at all ever. on.
Okay.
Then start every fight with a mana burn on a non-Blade Master target, like Shadow or TC.
Okay.
And start every fight immediately with a Forked Lightning, and then try to check back early on it.
Okay. So it's never worth, at least not mid-game, it's not worth mana burning the blade?
Oh, it definitely is. But if you have a choice between Blade and Shadow, Blade will always be within easier reach.
Okay.
But we want the good fruits, not the low-hanging fruits.
Okay. Makes sense.
Cool. All right. Good luck. I'll speak to you after, sir.
Thank you. The stress. Not so stress, but... It's a little bit later than my normal schedule. The caffeine has long worn off, but that's okay.
Insufficient gold. Insufficient gold. Insufficient gold. Insufficient gold. Insufficient gold. Insufficient gold.
Gotta move these wisps reasonably close, so I don't lose my Ancient of War.
Your building is complete. Your building is complete.
Gonna send this guy in for a scout.
Your building
Oh,
is
I'm late with my second move. Well.
More lumber is required.
It's funny, I start thinking about the complex stuff, start forgetting the basics.
I stand.
Okay, so quick tick.
Your move. Say no more. Point the way. All too easy.
Should have been slightly quicker.
Create more lumber. Your building is complete.
Oh. Oh, I picked it up. Hello.
My blade thirsts.
Okay.
Treant may not
Must
root
act.
there.
The time has come.
Insufficient gold.
Quickly, on a Torenador. At last, my blade
Why am I not
thirsts.
level 2 this time? What did I do wrong?
Insufficient gold.
I stand.
I didn't go for the other camp. That's why. Last time I went for this one.
Fair enough. All too easy. Say no more. I stand ready. Point the way.
My blade thirsts. Druid damned.
Your building is complete.
Blade
Point the way. Done. All too easy.
none can survive.
Waiting on you.
Must act.
I stand ready.
The time has come.
Don't know if I should TP here. Ay, ay, ay.
Late tests.
I saw him moving in the middle of the map. I just...
Quickly command me.
On your mark. Done. Say no more. On your mark.
Ooh.
The time has come.
Oh, these guys deal damage? I knew that. Okay, 0
Abort.
wisps.
Abort. Noob IRL broke the practice ethics.
Wait, what happened?
He broke practice ethics.
Did he go... He didn't go Windwalk though, did he?
He did not. Yeah, but he came to harass wisps. You lost like 5-6 plus wisps, and there's another lesson in that and how to deal with it. And I could teach you that lesson, but that's not the lesson we were doing now.
Okay.
Because he didn't do that in game 1 or 2. So he is adapting as if he's the this is gonna sound very this is gonna sound a little bad. I'm just gonna speak plainly. He's adapting like he's the coaching target as well, and he's not. So he's supposed to be a unthinking Neanderthal.
He's supposed to be a robot, but like an advanced one.
He's our, as some people would say, I wouldn't, because I would never speak about someone like that, but some people would say he's our practice bitch.
Oh, there you go.
I wouldn't say that though.
No. But someone might.
Yeah. Someone like, I don't know, like Soda or Tyler, but not me. I'm nice.
No, you're nice. By the way, I was supposed to tell you about night turning today. I don't remember what it was.
Good. If you are standing idle, do you want to do one more against him or not? Give him another chance. Yeah, Lowko 1.
I was joining Viper 1.
I'm sorry, okay?
I actually joined Viper 1, but there's nobody there.
Okay.
Empty party.
Okay. I'm so sorry. No, it's that he showed up at camp. Yeah, to be honest, Lowko, you broke practice ethics first. You didn't take the green camp in your main, so you showed up early.
I thought you didn't do that one, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna make the adjustment, but...
I did.
Okay.
Because I had a gauntlets plus strength plus 3.
Yes.
Yeah, I had gauntlets plus 3. Okay, Noob IRL. We're ready for you. Okay. Yeah, your wisps are getting harassed. And again, there's another lesson in that. We weren't really focusing on it now. But if there is a blade at your wisps, you need to try and use the haunted gold mine. No, not haunted. The entangled gold mine to cycle. If that's too hard, then you need to try and move all of them in one big swell movement past your moonwells and to heal them on the moonwells, because we don't want to lose and detonate them like this.
Okay, yes. Makes sense. Yeah. I haven't really had anybody do that like that.
Sure. So again, that's a lesson very worth exploring. It's not what we're focusing on now.
Okay.
Let's talk about the nighttime, daytime very briefly, not too much. If you are standing still without any active commands next to a camp, very nearby, but not within its aggro radius, that situation is allowed to persist. In other words, you can put your demon next to almost any camp, about 400 range away, shorter than an archer would even shoot, and you can stand there. Do you agree with that so far?
Yes. So it's similar to like building the Ancient of War positioning.
Correct. That's the same aggro radius, same rules that are governing it.
Okay.
And this is true in the daytime, and it's true in the nighttime. At night, you can even walk all over them, and they won't wake up except if there's a golem. But in the daytime, you keep your respectful distance, and they won't wake up. This is just a premise. You're wondering if there's key info yet. There isn't. I'm just sharing the premise of the reality.
Okay.
The key info is coming now. I just needed you to know the base.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? The key info is, as night turns to day, because the units go from not sleeping, because the units go from sleeping to not sleeping, if you have idle units nearby that are on attack command or completely idle, aka on the stop command, aka no active commands, they will aggro the creeps.
Okay.
They will walk towards your unit, will get mad at the creep because they are a newly appearing, woken up creep. Even though otherwise the creeps would have left you alone, your units will aggro them.
So the creep aggro, or sorry, my units aggro the creeps, not the other way around?
Correct. Your units get mad at the creeps when night turns to day. So for the first, this is almost always only relevant for the first daybreak. You start at day, then there's nightfall soon after. Then the first daybreak marks the ability to buy heal scrolls and invulnerability potions. If you remember this, do you notice that heal scroll invul is tied to daybreak?
I didn't know that, but that sounds right, yeah.
Okay, so the first daybreak, if you are on attack command past creeps, even at a really good distance, your units will suddenly decide to fuck some creeps up.
Okay.
So during the impending daybreak, you should move around with right clicks, not A clicks.
I see. What if you
That's one.
shift Q onto like hold position with the Ancient of War?
That's exactly what you need to do, which is why I told you when I was doing a demonstration game that after finishing the natural, it's not enough to move the Ancient of War to a safe distance near the Goblin Merchant, which is where I was sending it. You have to go there, eat a tree, and then shift right click wherever you want it to wait, and then shift hold.
I see. Okay. So that final
Or
command is something that I didn't know about.
Yes. You didn't know, and I wanted to tell you because you will be losing your Ancient of War. You'll park it somewhere where you know is safe, but then Daybreak has a special mechanic, and you would never be able to get it understood. People in chat would try to tell you, and you wouldn't get it because it's too confusing without enough words.
No,
So,
this makes sense, yeah.
Okay, cool.
No, that's very useful.
Right.
Like the way you explain these things is very useful to me because you could say just add a hold position command to it, and I'd be like, okay, perfect. But it's maybe for some people it doesn't work that way or they don't learn that way. But I like to understand, the reason why the wheel turns.
My wife prefers your way. No, okay, don't quote that out of context. My wife prefers the short explanation.
Fair enough.
But that's why I figured maybe you'll like the mechanic explained and be able to understand it in its full context.
No, it's good because I didn't understand. So Daybreak is a specific mechanic. That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Yep, ready.
Night Elf?
Oh, turns out I wasn't ready when I said I was ready.
Okay, good luck.
Insufficient gold. Insufficient gold. Insufficient gold.
I'm moving it just to repair.
Your building is complete.
Using hotkey 2 for the wisp. Why did you move?
Your building is complete. More lumber is required. More lumber is required.
quick tier 2.
I stand ready waiting on you.
Gonna try and uproot slightly quicker.
Fair enough. Say no more. Your building is
Okay. Didn't have my Demon Hunter hotkeyed for some reason. So Immolation was up. I turned it off early this time, just so I don't waste too much juice. I think we're okay here. I'm gonna go tier 2. Oh, I forgot making an archer here.
The time has come.
Okay. He's already creeped it. I'm gonna go for a slightly quicker Moonball
I stand ready.
than I normally would.
At last,
He should be over here. I showed up late.
Building is complete.
your blood is mine.
Point the way. Done.
We must act. The time,
Okay. Need to make sure I don't forget about the...
Your move.
my blade thirsts. At last,
I don't think I can attack him now, right? I'm gonna go for my camp.
Waiting on you.
the time has come. Quickly,
Your move.
the time has come.
Point the way.
My
Need to not forget about my
Ready.
run for your life. Run for your life.
Hunter's Hole.
Your building is complete.
Blade thirsts.
Gonna send a Wisp to the middle. Tier 2 should be done soon. Okay.
Must act. Quickly,
Cancel that.
Waiting on you.
I think I can probably creep this camp. I'm gonna go give it a shot.
damn.
Then come back for the natural.
On a Torrenador, the time has come. My blade thirsts.
Time. Look around.
At last. Blade thirsts. None. Come. The time has come.
Point the way. Fair enough.
This kind of messes up the future creeping, I guess, a bit.
Building is complete.
I stand ready.
Quickly, on a Torrenador.
I grow
My blade
anxious.
thirsts.
Okay.
On your mark.
I will not try.
My blade thirsts.
May not be.
Guess I now just leave it over here for base defense.
At last.
I was late on that.
My blade thirsts.
Sending a rally point.
Thirsts. On a Torrenador. We must act. The time has come. Command me.
I'm gonna try and see if I can find them, because we're level 3.
The time has come. Command me, though I be damned.
Guess I can try and take his.
Your
Looks like we found him.
Your building is complete. Your
Oh, Immolation actually carries through. I didn't know that.
I will not be trifled.
This seems bad.
Late thirsts.
What a mess. I also have this. I forgot about this. Okay, I'm gonna go home. My tier 3 is late.
My blade thirsts.
Our will shall be done.
Trying to save my units, but
We must
a bit
act
messy.
at last.
Our warriors have engaged the
Is
enemy.
it time for the Empress? Yes. In a sorrow's
We must
name.
act. My blade thirsts.
Research failed.
Our will shall be done.
Should not have been aggressive like that.
Must act.
Oh, what? No! You kidding me?
Taste my sting.
On a torrent.
Oh, tried to pass.
Our
No! He stole my TV as well. Okay, okay, that's... that's enough, that's enough. That was really bad. Nope. No, that was not it. I tried to shovel the TV and he just took it.
Is this is this your way of focusing on the early game so we can get more games in?
Yeah, let's do one more if we can.
Yeah, sure. I have a few notes anyway. Maybe
Okay.
it would still be valuable to go into the replay.
Okay, sure.
It won't be 10 minutes though. It'll be less than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Saving. 1 sec. Could be a case of he did adapt a bit, by the way. He couldn't help but get a little better as well, so good for him.
I found a brand new way for me to lose though, so that's also worth it.
Yeah, it's very good. It could be a case of like having too many other ideas, or let's say you're processing some of the feedback, and then a bit less clean and orderly on the start.
Yeah, I had the same thing actually last week after the coaching. Like the first day after the coaching, I played like garbage.
Yeah, normal, totally normal. So not a big deal. As long as it's gonna work on your dream sleep. You're also 10 hours into your stream, so
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
okay. A few small points. This is linked. Try to leave it unlinked.
Yep.
I know you know, because the third Moonwell was split with
Yep.
one gap. I saw that very deliberately.
I tried stacking them together. Do the moon, or sorry, the water elementals actually, they get mana burned too, right? Or the immolation burned as well, right? Yeah.
Yes, but not on every map. On Tide Hunters, there's a level 4 elemental that's magic immune. This is why you are wondering,
Okay.
most likely.
Yep. I know some of
take
them
a-
don't, but
Yeah, exactly. Take a look at your mana amount upon finishing this. Take
Mhm.
note of it. Do you remember how much I said you had in game 1?
phew, like 70 something, if I recall.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a little bit better.
It's good improvement. You do
And then I
often
turned it
forget to
off
turn
too
it
late.
However, yeah, you did
Still
drop
good,
another
yeah.
20. It's still better than before, and it's not about what it is, but about what it could be,
Yep.
and becoming aware. And here you said you turned it off to conserve some mana, and I like that. Even though you have a rule of thumb that says keep it on 2, you made a judgment call here. I like it.
Okay.
Because you are now thinking with Moonwell Juice, and before, not enough. Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I wanted to leave some mana for mana burn.
That's good. And had you used the item drop mechanic, you would actually be full life. You are aware of it, right?
I am aware of it. I have not done it before.
Okay.
I should definitely do it, yes.
Have you practiced it against AI?
I have not, no.
Can you describe the sequence of move you would do it? Every single click on your mouse and keyboard as you would do it here, if you would do it?
Yes, a right click on the ogre strength +3. Shift hold, click in front of the moonwell. Or right click the moonwell
No.
while holding down shift.
You don't have to hold shift yet. The right click on the gauntlet is not a command yet. It's only after you do the left click that you would have to hold shift.
Okay.
So right click on the gauntlet, then left click it on the ground, then hold shift for everything else. Go on.
Okay. Yeah, shift click onto the moonwell. Right click, shift right click onto the moonwell. And then back onto the gloves.
Yeah, back into where you did put the gloves, where you would put the gloves, because the gloves may not be down as you complete the command sequence.
Would you always drink out of both of the pools here?
Yes.
Okay.
So I right click on the gauntlet, left click, then you hold shift, right click. Then I right click back to where I would put the gauntlet, which isn't there yet because I'm still going there.
Yep. Yeah,
And
makes
then
sense.
you can either hold shift or don't hold it, but it's easier if you hold shift and you have, as long as you have nothing else to do. And then once the gauntlet reappears, you do a shift right click on the gauntlet and then a shift right click to where the camp is that you want to go to. And then you've been released from touching Demon Hunter and you can do other things.
Yep. So I
Practice it
never
against-
automatically drink out of both of the moonwells. I spend time looking at my hero and then trying to make the judgment call if it's worth it, but that's not necessary.
Well, it's okay. I'm using experience and feeling. You don't have that yet, so it's okay to do it one by one and spend a second longer on it.
Okay.
Because had you been like this on the first Moonwell, then going here on mana on the second Moonwell would not be worth it.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
So I prefer you to take longer.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah, good questions. This is him evolving. You said you were a little later. Maybe you were, but he was also faster or something.
Okay. So now I'm correct in saying it's probably not worth to go for his green camp, right? Like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because he's level 2. He has 2 items. You have 2 items. So you're kind of equal. He also has a lot more life than before. So now there would be significant damage taken if you do a brute force. It was different than the first game where he had like 10 life.
Yep.
Gets weird at this point. You're not quite strong enough to cheese an orange camp. Your Ancient of War is not quite in position. And the nearest, easiest creep camp that's still available is his green, this green, and this green. Sometimes when you're in that situation, you may choose not to creep anymore for a while and instead run to the merchant, get boots, and just see what you can get out of non-stop direct contact with him. So if you make your archers chase the ground, you go get the boots, you come back. This takes a while, of course. You won't know where he is anymore, per se. You can still use the boots to come over here to his creep camp. If you got there unspotted, Demon can solo it, even without archers. If you met things on the way, you can engage them, and because of boots, plus 60 movement speed, you're getting way more hits in, which means what normally would be an overchase now is doing damage on grunts.
I see. Okay. I don't think I've bought Boots of Speed. Like maybe by accident once, but not on purpose.
You agree right now that your creeping options are a little bit awkward,
Yes.
right?
Yes. I was a bit...
Yeah.
So I was considering here making 3 archers and then creeping towards the gold. So
Love
canceling this one. Like killing the
You're
green
allowed
camp.
to do this.
Sorry?
You're allowed to do this.
Okay.
Some games you will say, I'm going to cancel my 3rd archer. Some games you cancel your 4th. Some games you cancel your 5th. If the situation calls for it and you need this creep camp now, you can stop anytime you want with archer production. And the extra money that you are now not spending can be that 4th Moonwell and the Hunter's Hall, maybe even a shop, whatever. Or, maybe the extra money went to a boots and the circlet, or just the boots. You have all kinds of options to make it a bit more flexible. If you feel that there's an Ancient of War window because he's running from you, and there's not a lot of creep camps that are not awkward, definitely make that decision. I love that you had that thought and that you vocalized it. It's a good thought.
Okay. Yeah, I was considering going for the green up north and then sending the Ancient of War to the expansion. But now I'm making another... Like, I was a bit late on one of the archers, I think. It just messes everything up a bit.
Yes, you were. I remember that. You were late and then you said it. Yeah, you could cancel. You could cancel this 5th, finish the 4th, start walking it. It's nighttime.
Yeah.
Do this camp because it's awkward if you have to wait here for it. You stand here, you're like,
Yeah.
all right, get over there. So love that thought as well.
Okay.
So initially, it's good that you have always 5 archers in your head. Now you are starting to think beyond that. It's great. This
One
is
of them
an
is
awkward
misrallied
movement.
somewhere. Oh, wait, no,
What's
she's on
that?
her way. No, I thought one of the archers was on the... Without the
this
control
was a
group.
smart wisp by you. You said, I'm going to put a wisp at the tavern. Love it.
Okay.
This movement by demon archers was lack of pre-planning. And then you change your mind, you did the shop.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Sometimes you have to think more longer about things. Here, I bought staff in such a situation, if you remember,
Yep.
to heal faster. I don't mind you not doing it, but try to experiment more with boots. We need you to build up knowledge of how strong boots is. Spoiler, it is extremely strong.
Okay. Yeah, that's not a consideration I've made, like buying the boots at all.
Because your distance from shop to home was so far, it would give you ample time to right-click, shift, right-click, shift, right-click, left-click on all 3 stat boosting items. Don't have to do ring. Then you do right-click, 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 and then here. That's like 10 queued commands or something.
Very
And then
doable,
it's like
for sure.
It's so fast.
Yeah.
I would go full here.
Okay.
This is a kind of greed too, because you have regen and you're not getting hit soon. So it's pretty cool. It's kind of chat to be that greedy.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a note here. When you hired the Naga, which is about 30 seconds ago, you suffered from a lack of information that could have been garnered by this wisp. Because Naga coming out can lead to 3 things. Naga solo creep this camp without Demon, while Demon is being a little bitch on his side, mana burning things. That's one option. Split. Demon harass with mana burn level 2. Naga 5 archer AOW creep. Option 1. Option 2, what you're doing now. Creep together. Option 3, send everything to his base.
Okay.
Because it's an
It like this is
opportunity
that
to creep
awkward
your
point
second.
where you don't have level 3 on the second hero and level 4 is kind of meaningless.
Level 3 is a panda consideration. It's a shadow hunter consideration. It's a TC consideration. Maybe some other heroes. But there are heroes that are really good at level 1. Naga and Keeper are one of those. You should consider level 1 to be a significant power spike as Night Elf. Only if you go panda second do you want to do what you're doing here. And you would want to be doing it sans
Split.
Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense because she's most of the time out of energy anyway, like out of mana. Like she spends a lot of time at no mana.
Yeah, and also Frost Arrow is like Hex in that, like Shadow is also very important level 3, but he's also pretty good at level 1. However, Orc doesn't want to fight at level 1 because what happens if Orc goes 0 mana on Shadow? He hexes you twice, you mana burn him once or twice. He's empty. What does he do when he goes to Voodoo Lounge? Do you know?
I'm guessing there's some sort of clarity potion, but
Yes, 2 clarities. Each one gives 100 mana. He has 255. He's empty. He will regen 50. The other 200 needs to come from 2 clarities. That's 140 gold. So if you force an engagement with him, you will heal from Rejuvenation and Moonwells and spend nothing. And he will spend 140 just on Shadow. Then there's any unit that gets heal solved as well.
that makes a lot of sense. I've not considered level 1 a quote-unquote like power spike for the Naga, but that makes a lot of sense, yeah.
Great. Start considering it. It's very powerful. Another point on boots and grunts, or grunts in general. Do you know how much heal solve heals for Orc?
No idea.
Do you know how long it lasts?
I know that it when you deal damage to it, it's cancelled. That's
Great. Yeah, that's really useful. Now I'm going to tell you the numbers. It takes 45 seconds to reach full effect. Good orcs try to make sure that it always reaches its full effect and that they don't lose it on creeps or to an enemy player. They use heal solve to travel. So for instance, if you know an orc goes home to heal up, he would not then start this camp. Why? Because this guy ensnares, that also cancels heal solve. It's also right next to him. That means that unit is not allowed to help, because if he gets hit, or if there's an aggro toggle switch, which new players are weaker at, or lower level players are weaker at, preventing, he's going to lose the effect of heal solve. So I'm not guaranteeing that every orc thinks this way, but every orc hates the solve getting cancelled. So most likely after they solve, instead of eating this, they save this like an apple for the thirst later. And they save this. They want to maximize travel time to something far. So first they do all the travel, they take a camp.
okay.
Then they creep backwards, then to this, then this, then this. During the heal solve period. Whereas a human player with priest that has non-stop healing, he could do this, then this, then this. It's logistically sensible, but orc want to spend time traveling during heal solve. That's another thing to keep in mind how to counter orc.
It makes perfect sense, yeah.
Okay, then keep in mind also this. This orc has... Oh, heal self heals for 400 at its maximum value. 3 times. 100
Okay.
gold. So every charge is 33 gold. Anytime you cancel a freshly started heal self, you minus 33 gold on enemy.
Okay. So
Right, that's the
45
value of
seconds
it.
is what you said? 40?
45 seconds, 3 charges, 400 healing.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it takes a long time, correct. It's the same amount as rejuvenation, but it's much slower.
Okay.
Okay, then because it costs 400, if you heal a 700 or 800 health grunt that's nearly dead, he'll be over half-life by the end of it, but would need another heal salve after that.
Mm-hmm.
So nearly killing a grunt it's better if you kill a
66
grunt.
gold. And in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Correct. Of course, it's nice to kill a grunt entirely, but don't bend yourself out of sorts to finish off a grunt. A very low grunt will need 66 gold to get back to full and a lot of time. He is not currently in the fight. That means if you could chase it really far to kill it, or have a better fight now with the main body of your army, that's fine, because that grunt won't matter until he gets 2 minutes to himself.
So the only alternative way for him to heal right now would be with the healing wave?
Correct. And Healing Wave is extremely mana inefficient at level 1. It gets more efficient at 2. Quite good indeed. AKA Shadow 3. And Shadow 5 is a monster. You never use Heal Salve again. Once you're Shadow 5, you only guzzle Clarity Potions.
Okay. All right.
So Orc, if he fights now, and he let's say he found you here and he starts hexing and he kills 3 archers, you might feel bad because you thought, man, he showed up here, killed 3 archers, he used hex. Maybe you killed 1 grunt, so he killed more by money. You're still not unhappy. You know why? Because you mana burned his shadow and he has to make the walk of shame all the way back to base, minus 40 seconds, use double clarity and a heal solve, minus 200 gold, and then go somewhere again and then his shadow was still level 1. He just killed some archers. Better for Orc to creep to level 3 and have the first actual battle be with Shadow 3. So it is time to start thinking about how to hurt your enemies, not just about how to develop your own power spikes a little. And Naga level 1 attack with Demon 3 is an extremely debilitating attack economically for Orc, because they spend money for everything they heal, whereas you're waiting for your rejuve to kick in soon.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah. You kind of like summarize like 50 1v1 games of me playing Orc, you know? Like this would take a while to learn from...
Exactly. I'm trying to save you time.
Yeah,
Because you
no, that's
don't
great.
have as much time. If you are fighting in the middle and he TPs out with a lot of low stuff, and you're over the halfway point, like on his side, you can immediately go to his base, and you will see everything is having that shimmer effect from healing, and he's hoping, please don't attack me right now. I need 40 seconds. You don't have to give him that time. If you're in a decent fighting shape, you still have TP, you go, 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 go.
Yeah. Does Clarity Potion, does that get interrupted when you take damage?
Yep.
Okay.
Fun little fact. If he has low mana, if any hero has low mana, okay. Did you know Mana Burn interrupts Heal Solve and Clarity on heroes?
You mentioned earlier that I don't remember what you said anymore. Or the net from the creep camp did it, so I figured it would be the same thing.
Yeah, the net is special. For the rest, it's usually damage. Fork Lightning will do a cancel on Heal Solve Clarity. Mana Burn does a cancel on Heal Solve Clarity.
Okay.
There is an exception. If a hero has 19 mana or less, then Mana Burn is not a cancel on Heal Solve and regen.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's kind of deep tech, but let's say like you're thinking like, oh, I want to do a Mana Burn on him to remove his Heal Solve. If you check his mana and it's 19 or less, then it doesn't work. If you ever wonder like, hey, why didn't that cancel regen? It's because it's 19 or less.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So as you're about to hire Naga, try to get a scout. I also wrote a note that between the 4 and 5 minute mark, there was a window where you should take another look at his base. So you had the initial look, you creep, you do the second camp, you creep, you didn't see much. Okay, now you're thinking about this camp, you're thinking about this camp, you have a skirmish, you cannot think right now. Okay, now you could think, because there's no fight. You're thinking about the camp. Okay, you've made a decision about a camp, which means now it's a little bit predictable. now would be a great time to take any wisp you have somewhere deep on the map, send it into his base, and again, shift-click it somewhere else. What would you see? You would see this. Finished tier 2. And you would see where he's creeping, that he has only 1 or 2 grunts. Pretty useful. Okay, wisp is back here again. You finish creeping. You're thinking about picking up Naga. You're going to heal your Demon Hunter soon. Okay, Naga can soon be picked up because you're almost tier 2. Take the wisp wherever it is again. Check his base. Great time as you're about to hire Naga to check his base. You see he's building a lodge. Weak. Super, super weak. Lodge. Lodge is tier 3 tech.
Okay.
Bestiary is normal. But you see Lodge, that's weak. That can just be attacked. Demon 3, huge power stack. You're super strong right now. Now you got Naga, you're even stronger. Naga walks here. By the time you get to the top, you could have been at the bottom. Let's take a look. You arrive here. Right now you arrive here with Demon level 3, Naga and 5 archers.
Yeah.
You start frost arrowing shit, mana burn and shadow. He's depressed.
Yeah, yeah. He's got what does he have at this point? So I actually never really considered that just hurting what's it called? A grunt is financial damage to him.
Perfect.
That's so that grunt over there being at 500, I guess you'd already have to use a salve on it, right?
That's the dilemma.
Right.
So here comes the final piece of deep tech as a orc will tell you. If you can do 200 damage on a grunt, he's at a dilemma.
Yeah.
Either he will go into the fight at this health count, 5 out of 7 ratio, or he does a heal salve for half effectiveness, which is like the heal salve actually cost 66 gold.
Right.
In terms of what he's getting out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. That is actually a good way to look at it. It would be twice as expensive even, yeah.
Exactly. So if let's say you're fighting and you don't have boots, but he's taking a fight. You have a demon, 5 archers, and he has a blade and 3 grunts, and somehow he's choosing to focus your blade. And you're like, yeah, I like this. I got ring, gauntlet, circlet. And you don't think you could kill any grunt. If you hit every grunt to 500 life, that's really awkward. Or if you hit every grunt to 100, because 100 is 600 under the max. That means heal salve takes him to 500.
Right.
So that's a really awkward number. So if you do exactly 400 damage and he sends it away at the beginning of Orange Life at 300 health, perfect value heal salve. And if he got a good trade out of it, good for him. So you want to create awkward numbers for him.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, for the rest, you were a bit late with tech and so on.
Yeah, I'm noticing I'm getting a little bit tired. This is...
I was just going to say we've overcooked on some replays and so on. Nigel, next time, I promise Nigel, you're first.
Oh, Nigel was waiting to play?
Anymore. Yeah, he was the next in line.
Oh, all right. Sorry,
Maybe
Nigel.
Maybe I'll play with Nigel with another coach student. But I was just about to say this was the end because we've cooked properly for you today.
Yeah, I feel like we made a lot of progress. So one thing I have not really started doing much yet. So in the last week, I've started like working on thinking about what my opponent might be doing, but not like anything really race specific, right? Like the only race specific thing is he going paladin and rifle or no, right? That's basically the only thing I'm considering. Yeah. So the fact that this is like, I've not thought about the way that orc thinks about creep camps and how they approach it. So this is very useful.
You could not have. You could not have. That's why I'm helping with it.
Yeah.
Here you would use illusion to tank.
Oh, okay. I've not done that a single
illusion
time.
Are for mid-combat PvP confusion and tanking. They are for tanking creeps, and they are for scouting. Make illusion, check 2, expose.
So me creeping this camp is like the worst thing I could be doing at this point, knowing what I now know with their pattern.
It is. And when you were doing it, I was contracting my sphincter, but I thought at least... if you...
Fair.
Sorry. I thought at least if you do it, tank with illusion.
Don't do that either. Sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and a small note, reminder, put mantle on Naga.
Yeah.
I would take item and TP here based on your likely outcome.
Yeah, no, this is never going to go anywhere.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Lowko, You were an absolute soldier today. You are at 10-hour stream? 11-hour stream.
11-hour stream. Yeah, it's been a long time since we've done an 11-hour stream. But this has been exceptionally useful, though. Thank you very much for taking the time. This is great.
My pleasure. Once again, it's been really fun to see your progress. You're on a massive win streak. I hope it keeps up. Good luck with the REM sleep and the Warcraft 3 dreams tonight. And the sleep learning.
I will
Are you
practice
playing
in my
tomorrow?
sleep.
Nice. Are you playing tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll play tomorrow for sure.
Cool. Looking forward to it. And good luck. You're
Yeah.
great. You're a great student.
Thank you again, man. I'll let you know how it goes.
Okay, cool.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Good night.